Yes.
I feel so bad, dude.
He wanted to, like...
Oh, fuck.
He woke up and he was like, alright, I'll go home.
Fair enough, I guess.
He knew what he was getting into.
Yeah.
Man, last night was definitely something.
Me and Gabe were still complaining about the shots he bought. So my cousin's a dumbass. He walked up to the bar and he was like, I'm gonna do a round of whiskey shots. Bartender goes, what kind? And he goes, I don't care. So he just comes back over with 5 just random shots and he almost puked. Kind of did puke.
It was a gag reflex.
It was so bad.
I was the only person who didn't gag on it.
I almost did. I could feel it in the back of my mouth.
I don't know. I could hear everyone go.
It tasted like hand sanitizer, and it burnt my throat like hand sanitizer would too.
You got Gabe to do 2 shots. He did the easiest one and the worst one.
And I drink Guinness.
Yeah.
I just remember grabbing. I think he slid the glass over to me, and I started drinking it, and then I just was slowly tipping it, and I was like, I don't know when I'm supposed to stop.
You just take a drink, like anything else.
My parents were. I told my mom that I tried dinner from she's you crazy, and I was like, don't worry, I was heavily intoxicated, so I could barely taste it anyway. And she was like, yeah, that's about the only way you can drink Guinness.
I don't mind it. I'm not gonna choose it, but
if we're in an Irish pub, we're drinking Guinness.
I know pathetically little about alcohol.
It's true. I was in Chicago over St. Patrick's.
You don't know much.
And we went to an Irish pub, mostly for the brunch, but my friend got the giant, big green beer.
Hell yeah.
Good.
And they were like, it tastes like shit, and I got a cute little cider, and I was like, mine does not.
Right?
That was Kenna with his what was it? Like a blue moon?
Yeah, Kenna got a blue moon that he was raving over while me and Eli had Guinnesses.
I've only had 1 beer since I turned 21.
My favorite part of last night was putting it into Super Saver. And who bought all the food?
Kenna did.
Kenna did? Okay,
I was trying to.
Kenna or Eli?
Eli was just trying to buy the rose.
But then Kenna and Eli were all hugging and shit, and they were like, I love you. And they were telling each other how much of great friends they are now, and the lady's like, they must be good friends. And you were like, nah, they just met. They've hung out once before. The lady didn't believe you. She was like, there's no way these 2 people are friends.
You guys are being so loud in my car, I thought you were going to get pulled over.
Were you the designated driver?
Yeah. I know that sounds bad. I was taking shots and driving, but I burned through it right now.
For 4 hours, and you from the last shot.
I sober up after 50 minutes usually.
Yeah, it was in a good hour and a half.
You took 1 shot at 8. And then 1 at 10:30.
Yeah, and I was sober by 11:50.
Right, so
I was really drunk to be. I was happy sober,
Yeah.
And now I'm full sober.
Good time though. I felt really bad for that waitress.
it's fine.
She didn't seem to mind that.
No, she probably.
Because she stuck around and chatted.
Yeah, she kept, she stayed there and kept talking.
She probably sees that sort of stuff a lot.
Thank you, Gabe.
For? Oh, yeah. I didn't forget. I just am extremely late. What was it, 2 or 3 weeks ago you asked for them?
I asked for him last week.
Oh, okay.
So you're right on time.
Yeah.
I get this anxious feeling when I schedule out what I want to do for the week. And it really makes me annoyed to plan out my nights. And I've been playing Persona 5, and it gives me the exact same stress response.
Are you trying to optimize where you're going?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do that too, and then it annoys me so much when just something is randomly closed or whatever, because it's raining. It's shit. I have to go study in the library if it's raining.
Well, I just, I have 10 days, and there's 3 requests and mementos, and I have to work 3 shifts at each part-time job to get information. I'm oh my god. And then every time, it is so...
I just let 5 requests build up in mementos and do all. Yeah.
I do too. But, at the same time, there is 4 scenes of the character pulling out his phone every day and reading text messages because he knows so many people. And
hey, you want to do something?
If I was playing this game as myself, I would hang out with Ryuji all day, every day. And then I would date like one of the girls.
One of them.
I cannot
The
decide
female one.
between Kasumi or Makoto.
Okay.
So.
Yeah. I've been playing.
And cute, I guess, but she's kind of dumb.
Okay, true. I got Spider-Man because it was on sale on Steam earlier.
I think playing that.
Yeah, and I've been in a huge Spider-Man mood lately.
Nice.
And so, I was like, the part of the game is like it's partially open world. Like outside of like set missions, it's pretty open world. But if you're like each district is like things you do in it. And they have like goals. So it's like complete 5 thug crimes, or complete 5 it's like different gangs or whatever. Like they'll commit different crimes in different districts. You have to complete like a certain amount in each one. But if you are stay in a district long enough, it'll go like crime happening here, crime happening here. You hear the police radio. So like I'm going into a district trying to get to a mission. And I'm like, okay, I gotta get to this mission, and I hear crime happening here. I'm like, Spider-Man would stop the crime. I gotta like Spider-Man here, and it would take me like an hour to get like a half, to like basically get anywhere. Because I'm like Spider-Man totally take the time to stop this crime, and meanwhile the story like Rhino's killing billions of people in this bank.
I'm pretty sure Luke 100%ed Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Our freshman year, because it was like COVID, so like nobody was like out doing anything. So he borrowed someone's PS4. And he 100%ed like 5 or 6 different games, and Spider-Man was one of them.
Yeah.
I think he did like 2 or 3 Assassin's Creed games, Spider-Man, and something else. He was on a grind for
out of his fucking skull.
I've done. Yeah, I finished it Saturday morning at like 3 a.m. But
that's you.
Yeah, so like I'm in the last stretch of it. I'm like, okay, this is definitely the last. I'm at 11. I'm like, okay, this is definitely the last stretch. I've got like an hour left, and then it turns to 3 a.m. and then it finally ends, and I ended with like 90% completion or whatever.
Nice. Hell yeah.
I'm 100% like 2 games ever.
You only play War Thunder.
The other is Skyrim.
I think that you will never 100% a game because you only play War Thunder.
I haven't played War Thunder in months.
Really? What the fuck do you play now?
I've been playing a lot of Skyrim.
That's wow. I wonder why he's been comparing it so much to Skyrim.
Soul is the sole reason that Bethesda has not.
Please, can I give you a request? Please play Dark Souls and Majora's Mask, and I want to hear you make comparisons here.
No. I've been playing a lot of Battlefield 4 lately. There's also a game called Battle Bit and a Master.
Oh my
god.
God.
So much like credit or like traction.
I hate that game. I don't hate it. I've never played it myself, but everyone in the server I play in is always playing it now, and so they never want to play anything else.
That and a game called Hydromere.
I've only played Diablo. I've played like 2 or 3 rounds of Fortnite with Luke and Kenna.
I've got like 8 games I'm trying to play right now.
But Diablo's the other one I'm playing. I'm hyped for the season. I want it to be here sooner.
My game habits are so weird. I will play like 1 AAA game that was released like a decade ago, and then I will play 5 indie games, and then it will be 1 AAA game that was released like a decade ago, and then it will be 5 indie games again. And then you get a 1 AAA game that's brand new because it's from the like 1 or 2 series you care about. Yeah.
Tears of the Kingdom.
Yeah.
Or Monster Hunter.
Or Monster Hunter.
That's like real.
I got back into so there are 8 games I've been trying to play lately. One of them is Hollow Knight. So I got back into Hollow Knight speedrunning lately.
Respectable.
Just one random person. You know that I have that cursed Hollow Knight profile picture on Discord.
Yeah.
One of my random people I'm in a software server with messaged me and said, "Oh, I've been playing through Hollow Knight recently. I love it." I'm like, "Oh, so you surely love my profile picture too." And he said, "Yeah, that's why I messaged you." And then things about Hollow Knight got me to want to speedrun it. So I did a 112% speedrun in 4:45.
Nice.
Oh, okay. Folk songs will never come out in my lifetime.
It'll come out summer 2025.
It'll come out when it is ready, and I will be ready.
It's fine. Skyrim 2 will come out the day after Cold Eyes.
There will be You mean like the Elder Scrolls 7?
I don't know what number it's on.
I think 6 is the next one.
Yeah.
Have they even announced that it exists? Okay.
They did like 2 years ago.
And like 2 years before that.
Was it just like was it just like a fucking logo like Metroid Prime?
Sweeping shot of the landscape, and then the logo faded, and that was it.
Ah, so it was Metroid Prime.
Dude, don't talk about Metroid Prime.
No one wants to hear about Metroid Prime.
I'll fucking.
Metroid Prime is coming out later than Stealth Song.
Is it okay?
They were announced at the
started development like 3 times.
They were announced at the same E3, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it's bad. I actually seriously doubt the game will come out at all. If it does, it won't be very good because its development looks like it's been hell.
Yeah, I think they said development like it started from scratch 2 or 3 times.
Yeah, it's fucked up.
Anyway. Shut up with their brass. It's D&D time.
He's going through his bullets.
I need to fucking look at this shit.
Wow, bullets.
Brass.
Empty one.
Hey, Robin, look at those. I bet you're so interested.
Somebody looks up.
She gave more effort than I expected, I'm going to be honest. The acknowledgement alone was what across the bar.
Because yesterday I grabbed a quart Ziploc bag, because I was like, that'll be enough for all the brass I'm going to be carrying around.
Are you ever just like so tired you can feel it in your bones?
No.
Yes, and then you still can't sleep.
I can't get enough sleep. It feels like I'm running with somebody I can't catch up to.
That is so sleep.
There we go.
Enough fooling around. Let's start playing so I can go to bed every single time tonight.
No.
If I don't, get stuck playing Persona 5 until like 1 in the morning again.
You're going to do laptop research in Persona. Joker's going to make a comment about it. Wow, I love this laptop, this Acer 5000.
Joker doesn't like talk.
Yeah, he does.
He says like, Persona! Is like,
Yeah, fucking bitch. Do you say a child who just said mama? Is that kind of talking?
No, that's an interjection. It's not a full phrase. It's not talking, that's fucking you shouting.
I can do both.
Gabe canceled Facebook.
Gabe goes on a hate crusade.
What do you have to say for yourself?
That's an interjection!
Okay.
Is Goo Goo Gaga part of the dictionary now?
I have to see.
This is widely used by a large portion of people.
Are we starting off with some chaos?
Well, we're starting off with this.
With that?
I'm bad.
We need somebody else to do the recap.
Yeah, why is your dad next to me?
Because Cole leaves his shit.
Oh, I forgot. It's because he's in my inventory.
He's in your inventory.
Yeah, I've got him carrying around his bag on my arm.
Here, let me pull him out.
I shoot my slingshot bag on my shoulder. It's not. I shoot pieces of your dad.
It's like the person in a video game wearing no armor. And it's like, here, let me grab it out of my inventory. And it's just like, whoop, pulls out an entire human being out of their ass.
Yeah, I have dad. I realized I have his dad in my inventory.
The pieces of his father.
Yeah, well, that bag on my arm, I shoot pieces of his corpse at people. I'm assuming you wanted this back. I don't know why you have it.
Don't care. You can hold on to it. You can throw it away. Doesn't matter to me.
I mean, I don't care. It's already torn out.
I just wanted to add a little bit more hurt there.
I don't care.
No. No more tangents. No more tangents. We're going to.
It's like how you would assign a name to something and then you immediately break it to make someone feel bad.
What?
I got it.
This is Carl.
Poor Carl.
I feel nothing for Carl. I don't know him.
I'm gonna have his family. Now Cole's gonna die.
What?
Okay. No more fooling around.
I succeeded.
Don't do that. I need to get in the mindset here. Give me 1 second.
See when I'm in the mindset.
I had to. No more tangents. No more tangents.
Steve, can you remind me on your ruling? Does if I cast a spell through a magic item, do I have to maintain concentration on that?
If it says that you cast it, you do. If
Okay.
it says that it's an effect of that spell, then you don't.
Thank you.
Sorry. I'm watching a ad for the Lexington GX.
Gross.
There we go.
I'd say to get ad block, but it'd probably slow your computer down more.
No more tangents. We are starting. Somewhere deep in the frozen north, between choppy waves and tall walls of icy ice floes, there is a ship. Alone, large, in a tempest of currents and lightning and freezing rain. Someone on this ship is aroused from fitful slumber by the sound of something crashing and then a grinding sound, like the gnashing of rock-hard teeth on a wooden surface. Nimbus, what do you do?
Get up, look for Gorbachinsky.
Gorbachinsky, you rouse yourself from the bedroll that you have been occupying. You do not see Gorbachinsky down in the lower area of the ship. I forgot what it's called. So you ascend up to the deck of the ship where you see him and a few of his men discussing something on the side of the ship. As you maneuver your way through the ship, something occurs to you that feels like something is wrong, and then once you're fully awake, you realize that the entire floor of the ship is at a steep tilt.
Gorbachinsky, what's happening?
It seems that we have hit a glacier.
And true to form, you kind of tilt your head to the side, and you see that the prow of the Meridian is currently dug into a large chunk of ice.
How does that happen?
We don't know. It came out of nowhere.
I can't wait in 100 years when a submarine explodes. You start seeing
Implode.
implodes. Sorry.
Well, is there any way we can get going again?
He kind of motions for you to look over the side of the boat where you see that there's no damage to the hull at the submerged layer, but it has somehow you had enough speed to hit the glacier and climb up it, like a considerable amount. So the hull is considerably damaged, like someone punctured a hole in the side that is resting on the ice wall. And then the lower body of the ship is still kind of fully intact, but sitting in the water layer.
Well, I don't imagine that we're going to sink anytime soon, but I don't imagine we will be going anywhere anytime soon either. Might as well.
Gonna die on the ship?
No. There's another lore hunter fleet out here somewhere. We'll send up an emergency flare. It could take hours, though.
Just cast Mending on it. Sorry.
Nimbus, you know that you don't have hours. You have an hour, maybe. You don't know. You're pressed for time. You don't have time for this.
I'm just gonna get going.
By get going, you mean look to see if you can help, right?
Nimbus!
I have places to be. You know I asked you to take me out of here.
He motions for you to look.
Just now for you to go. I mean, I guess we could lend you
There's ice right there.
a lifeboat if you need it, or you could explore the glacier, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay. If you find out anything important, please let us know.
I'll take a flare.
And he hands you a red stick, kind of like a dynamite stick that is And then
This is really making this hard to track by not taking the lifeboat and instead going along the ice, which is constantly shifting.
Do you step onto the ice?
Yes.
There's a light, familiar crunching sound of that kind of hard packed snow being crushed beneath your feet as you kind of meander. The ice glacier that you hit was deceptively larger than it appeared. You had a high wall on the side that was masking a large stretch that traveled outwards from the leeward face, the wind face, which you had sailed into because of the wind, pushing you and your boat into the lee side face of the glacier.
Because of the wind.
Something catches your attention at the end of this sort of almost like natural promenade of ice and snow extending towards the side of the stormy and choppy seas. There's a lone figure surrounded by ice and snow. Two large, haunting eyes, kind of tinted yellow and mournful, watch you out of the dark night.
Go towards it.
A shaggy, hunched figure comes into view. You sort of get like this like wave of like air and cold and frost that kind of leaves the nip at the tips of your whiskers and your nose. Like, you know how animals have like little wet parts of their nose, like kind of frosting up a little. And you see that the shaggy figure extends a large, broad, like blunt-clawed arm towards you.
I draw my weapon.
It does not move. Arm still extended.
So I start walking around it.
You see that there's ice forming at the figure's feet. It's occupying a place at the edge of the ice floe, and surprisingly, it is growing outwards. It almost looks like it was propelling itself through this strange power that emanates from this creature.
So it's making ice
Yes.
in the water?
Yes. And it's somehow able to move, it appears, as well.
Is it moving?
Not at the moment. It looks like there's too much mass of the glacier. I'm explaining this poorly. But, no, it's not moving at the moment, but you can see ice forming around its feet.
So it's not in... I don't really know what you're describing.
There is the low shelf of ice. It is standing on the edge of that shelf.
Mm-hmm.
That shelf is growing outwards.
From the shaggy creature.
Yes, and there are weights in the water that would indicate that it was moving, the ice shelf that is, was moving towards you, or the boat rather.
So it was moving the shelf.
Yes. It is growing larger.
Oh, is it still watching me?
Yes, it is.
I'm trying to circle it.
Are you between it and the water now, or are you still between it?
Yeah, eventually.
Okay. The moment that you occupy the space between it and the water, a whisper comes to you on the wind. Something about... It's not a discernible thought. Oh my god, I'm fucking this up.
You're doing good.
Oh, right.
It's not a discernible statement, rather. It's more like a series of feelings or images that you get the sense of shared isolation and of a mission, of purpose from this idea that comes to you on the wind. And that creature lets out a low, kind of grumbling moan. And the extended hand that had been previously held toward you, you watch as three of the large fingers slowly curl back, and its only extended finger begins to point north towards your destination. And then it brings its hand back to you in an extended gesture. Like a handshake, almost.
I guess I'll go towards it.
frost begins to nip even fiercer at your face.
I light my fire gauntlet.
It seems to provide you more like less of a real barricade against the cold, but more of like a emotional feeling or a sensation of comfort. But the fire doesn't seem to do very much. It does, however, allow you to extend your hand further and shake the creature's hand if you desire.
Just the claw.
Yes. A loud rumbling resounds throughout the ice shelf you're standing on as a portion of the ice cracks. It begins to move away from the shelf and northwards. Just you and the creature alone.
Wow, Nimbus got fire gauntlets.
What the fuck was that thing called? I could like taste it. It's like right there.
I know. I feel like it's funnier though. Like you suffer.
Oh, thank you.
The fate, is it the fate monster thingy?
No, it's the thing that was chasing us. Oh, what was I?
Oh! Ah, fuck!
Robin, you awake from a fitful slumber on the Piddly Widdly. Something feels like it was on the tip of your tongue. Something like a recap.
No, why would you make me do a recap? I'm trying to do that.
Yeah, do the recap
So cruel.
now.
So cruel? You can pass it off.
Where did we start off?
The fuck was it called?
Oh, that's what it's called. Okay.
So, did we... On the train? Was the train last session?
Yes.
Yeah.
There's a lot of trends.
Well, we were on the train.
You wanna know the answer?
We
Yeah.
fought the
Of course.
dude in raccoon.
Little
Derby?
Derby?
Yeah.
Little Derby.
What?
Little Derby.
Gortham.
What?
That's not
That is-
Gortham.
According to your YouTube description, it is.
Gortham is a member of Gore Machina. I may or may not have incorrectly put down the wrong name
It's
in
our
the description of
tradition.
that video.
Is it the Grok then?
Yes.
I think you mixed the two up in the description.
I think I did.
Well,
It was like
Anyway.
in Frosty, they
train,
make Grok.
those guys,
Wild.
the train had stopped because of those dudes, so we caught them.
Yes.
We didn't actually kill any of them, but we took their money because they
this
tried
line.
to take yours, so we started threatening them.
Yeah.
And then we got going again. We got to Meridian.
Freedom.
Breeden.
Went underground. We just took the elevator because Zeke would fall apart on the slide. Zeke fucked around and helped build a rocket sled with some cult members.
It's not a cult.
I don't think Zeke's here to interject.
Like a baby.
This is what Robin is thinking as she wakes up, thinking about her
And then
new weird group.
we went to the bar. Did we actually do anything at the bar? I bought
We drank.
some bullets.
I got some onion mushroom soup.
It's the only substance your hand's like shaking the whole time. Putting it in your mouth. I was ageist and bullied Zeke for being old. Then we got to Frosty. Frosty wiped out. Then we found out that the Meridian was gone, and you did compass shit
Yep.
to figure out which direction she would be. And so we tried to threaten people first, kind of. Didn't work. And then we found other people. This isn't like just for the guy, because we had the people in the restaurant that I shot the guy's hat off, but that's not the guy we're working with, right?
Oh, that was per Captain Jalansky's request.
Yeah.
But
But then he lost the game.
Yeah.
So we found other people.
No.
No, still him. So,
Zeke pulled a Hail Mary out of his ass.
and yeah.
And like a double or nothing eventually got double.
Which is not how double or nothing works, but yeah.
Carter doesn't play swindle stones, is what y'all learned.
Yeah.
Zeke also happened to roll an insane roll, which is the only reason you won that. Or probably the only reason. It would have been more up to chance, but rolling 4 3s helped him know odds better.
Yeah.
And that brings us to our present moment, where you had previously met a familiar man with a straw hat who told you something.
Oh yes, Thelonious Frog told us a tale.
Yes.
Seemed eerily similar to what we assumed that Nimbus was going through.
Well, I don't think all of us. I think that at least Zeke doesn't know would not interpret that as Nimbus. He just thought it was a tail. He doesn't know jack about Nimbus.
Doesn't know shit about.
And that brings us to the real present moment, which will happen as soon as I hold up.
as soon as the music drops.
Apparently, it doesn't take other people 30 seconds to pull up music on their laptops.
Well, I'll put the robot in.
Which is partially due to the long load times and also due to my
dinosaur.
Gabe, can you beatbox the music for us? Some background music?
Well, I could beatbox the music, but I was pulling up ocean noises, so... I can make
Alright, now you also need to DM while doing that in the background simultaneously.
Yeah, we need background noise, we need sound effects, and we need narration, and we need quotes, and we need NPCs, and content.
Okay, I just need some software to record my beatboxing on loop, and then I can narrate over that.
No, I need you to do it all at once.
Yeah. Have you not seen those videos?
We are live
with talk and beatbox at the same time.
That's not true.
We are live on
do that. There's a way to produce two tones at once, but you cannot speak while doing that. So. Let's see.
We on the boat.
Yes, you are with Captain Jalansky, his first mate, his second mate, his swabby, and his personal board. Personal being in quotation.
And the bard that joined him.
Yes.
Ooh. I forget, was Delonius from Stowaway? You just kind of hopped on the boat?
No, he just came with.
Captain Jalansky introduced him as his bard, who is necessary because Captain Jalansky is a daring do-devil, and if no one ever hears about his tales, they won't know he's a daring do-devil.
Yeah, and then we bonded over Arthur's paper.
Yes.
I was able to notice the banjo string, right? Because
if she pointed it out to you, you would have noticed, yes.
Did just one stand out, or were all of them?
All of them do.
All of them.
The party's already keeping secrets in half the party.
Yes.
What a shame.
That's how it goes.
It's not a secret. He pointed something out that Carter would notice, and then continue on.
It is the dead of night. Between the thick cloud layer, you get slight glimpses of the beautiful northern lights, which those of you who have never been here have only heard about. It's quite the sight to see. Are any of you doing anything at the moment, or are we just waiting for time to pass?
I'd just be hanging out.
Okay.
How long is the estimated to be?
Don't know. You never told me where you were going.
Well, yeah, we did.
You said into the roaring sea.
Yeah, how long until we get to the roaring sea? My question.
You're about to crest. You're about to hit the. You're about to hit it.
In that case, are we all on deck or below deck?
You can be where you want to be.
I'd be on deck.
It is a smaller passenger ship, though.
So
there's not much room under deck.
I'd be hanging out with where the majority of the people are.
That would probably be above deck then.
Okay. Yeah. So at that point, I'll take out the puzzle box, or the puzzle cube. I will attempt to open it once again.
You ready?
That is a natural 1.
Do you want to take the damage?
I will.
Okay. How's that do?
I'll just roll a bunch myself.
Emmy or Rob, what are you two doing?
Yeah, you guys hear Zeke messing with the box, and he just screams.
Shut the fuck up!
We're like 5 feet away from me.
Oh my god!
The captain turns. Are you all right there? Sorry. Are you all right there?
Holy shit! This is like the best I've ever rolled on a damage dice. Okay. Okay. I only take 45 damage.
What is it right?
Are you alright there, sir?
Is he starts bleeding out of his nose, his eyes, his ears?
As he's like shitting blood.
That was a bad attempt.
He's like, whoa, now we know what that lever does.
Okay. Sorry. I'm trying to open this thing. It'll sometimes not be not happy if you try it the wrong way.
It kind of gives me the exact look I gave you.
I got my coughing up the blood.
You are a strange one, old man. And he
He's about to die.
He wanders back.
I am bloodied. He like looks at it again, like slowly puts it like next to him on the ground.
What are you
like,
fucking with over there?
Oh.
Please tell me it's not a bomb.
No, it's not a bomb. This is a piece of treasure I had taken from. I'll tell you. Whatever. This is a piece of treasure I've taken from my religious group before I had left, but just had to leave for a while. From the vault of Gormakina. This, I don't know what it is, but I took it and I've been trying to open it. And it's very hard to open. I haven't gotten it open yet.
So there's like some inner cult issues right now.
Oh no, well, not anymore. And it's not a cult. It's a religious group. We've been around.
I don't
for
think
hundreds of
Gormakina
years.
has any god.
No, we believe in faith.
Describe the box to me, if I'm staring at it, or if I have to see it.
Yeah, you can. He'll like freely give it to you. Like, make sure you give it back. They're like, you know, like my weapon, quote unquote. It's basically just a big rectangle with like a bunch of slots and whatnot. So I can like do different things. This is basically an extremely condensed, much more complicated version of it. And it looks like from what you've seen. It's basically an extremely long sequence of patterns that you just kind of have to figure out.
And it hurts you if you fail to open it?
And if you fail too poorly, you can attempt it and fail and not be hurt. But if you fail enough, it'll attempt to defend itself. It tries to defend itself from intruders.
What stat are you rolling to try to open it?
That's a metagame question.
But you generally get to. I will let you roll.
It is an intelligence check.
It's an intelligence check.
But
I'm trying to think if Carter would be dumb enough to try to open it after watching you just
you can try.
take 40 damage.
If I can open it, I'd love to see what's inside.
I ain't touching that shit with a 40 pulse.
And by the way, I've tried brute force. The thing is, through some means, impenetrable. Nothing I've ever tried works.
What if I shoot it?
Give it a shot.
I shoot it.
Not even a hole in the...
Hole in it. It's
a smoking hole in the sail.
Yeah, but the thing's literally, like, not even a scratch on it.
What if we just throw it in the ocean?
That would...
What happens if I kind of just start to, like, move some of the pieces?
You roll or you don't.
You roll and I know. Fuck it. I'm going to try.
Go!
Carter's going to try. So this is just flat intelligence?
It's investigation.
It's investigation.
I'm ready to put you at a major if you want.
I think that's nothing. Investigation, okay. That could be worse. It's going to be a 18.
How much?
12d6. Looks like
12d6 psychic damage? Holy shit, okay. Ouch.
And you just make up this fucking box?
He did not, actually.
Yeah, this is a pre-written
It's officially published by Wizards of the Coast.
And it, yeah, I love this. I think it's great.
I take 30 damage.
Yeah, I rolled crazy on my damage there. But
so Carter's fucking with it, then all of a sudden, like, his nose starts bleeding, and he just sets it down.
Are you alright? It can be quite painful.
I have no words to describe how I just got.
It's truly an enigma. If we're in this box and see something truly worth
I don't know what
guarding and protecting.
I pull out. Start blowing my nose.
It's just like
A 19 made me take 12d6 damage.
12?
The
Yes.
DC is 30.
if you fail by 10 or more, yeah. So basically, you need 21 or higher to not take damage.
Ouch. Alright, I will never be attempting that again.
Also, if you're interested, my investigation modifier is +9.
So you can't do it.
Yeah. Not without outside help. It's for a metagame.
Fair enough.
I would need inspiration or something of the sort.
I could guidance you.
Captain Jalansky wanders back from the front of the ship and says, "Alright, if you're all done pooching each other, we got to decide on a plan here."
Wasn't that handkerchief white before?
It was. It is now deep red as I just tossed it overboard.
It is a solid scarlet.
The sensation is
I just drop it overboard.
like someone snapped a rubber band at you inside your skull. That's what it feels like. It's like it's lashing pain.
Oh my god.
It stings.
Yeah, there's no scream. It is just a very subtle, like, I want to go die. Ow.
Well, are we going to plan something?
Yes.
Yeah.
We're about to enter the dangerous part, so I sure hope that you know where you're going.
Okay, just 1 second. I'm gonna pull out my compass. I'm gonna cast locate object again.
1,000 feet?
Yep.
You should know how much that is. That's a half a mile of that, isn't it?
No,
It's a fifth of a mile.
fifth of a mile. It's not far.
Not very far.
The only thing that's nice about it is I can concentrate on it for up to 10 minutes. So if at any point in that 10 minutes we get within range, it'll ping.
I'd actually refrain from casting it right now because this
Are you
is
ritual casting?
basically sight based right now. Like
Can
a fifth of a mile, we can totally see a ship or a person from on
that's
open
true. Then yeah, no, I'll hold off. And I don't think I can ritual cast it. Yeah, it doesn't.
Do you have the ability to ritual cast?
As a druid, yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't have the tag though.
Yeah, things have to have a ritual tag.
No, I know. I'm pretty sure it did though. That would be a ritual spell. Like that is what you would want out of a ritual spell.
I agree. I just don't see
The fuck? Okay, I guess you're right. It's not. That's kind of stupid.
I agree. I would love the ability to ritual cast it.
That's a ritual spell. I'm deciding that.
That's a ritual spell? You're deciding this?
Well, it takes 10 minutes to cast a ritual. That's not nothing either.
If you're allowing it to be a ritual spell, then I will start casting it as like we're entering. Just
10 minutes isn't nothing, okay? That's a lot.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what it takes to cast a ritual spell.
Yeah. Well, so you're going to start the process then?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, where are we going then, laddies? We're just going to wander around in the most dangerous part of the ocean for nothing, are we?
Due north to the best of our ability.
That's your destination. Due north.
Yes.
Anywhere in particular. Just headed north.
Heading north.
Well, we told him about the ship we were following, right?
Yes.
Yeah. What is the path that you think that ship would take? What's the route that the lore hunters would take?
Well, it depends on how far ahead of you they are. These ice flows tend to shift around a lot. If it's been at least over an hour, I'd say that there's no longer a direct path to them.
We found you about an hour after they left, so it's been more than an hour for certain.
Well, then we'll just be going about as fast as we can then.
All right.
And this ship is just due north.
That's the best lead that we've got right now.
You're lucky that I'm a gambling man.
Like froze his brow. Don't you want to do something different, something new and adventurous?
I would like to begin a short rest. While he's ritual casting, I'm going to be trying to start a short rest.
You do have time for a short rest. You do. So if anybody else would like to
yeah.
join in the short rest,
That means no ritual cast.
How long's the short rest? An hour?
An hour.
Alright, I'll short rest first.
Yeah.
Get us an hour in, and then I'll start ritual casting.
Are you taking an hour before you enter the Roaring Sea?
No.
Or are you entering the Roaring Sea and taking an hour?
I would assume we enter and then take an hour.
Okay.
I'm assuming we start now, but we're continuing forward.
Okay.
Do I get to roll my hit dice?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, I got most of my health back.
As you enter the Roaring Sea proper, those of you, I don't think anybody's actually been in the Roaring Sea, out of the party specifically. You'll learn why it's been called this, because it produces waves so large that when they hit things, it's like a giant beast roaring, and then there's grumbling and cracking sounds from large flows of ice as they split apart and crash back together. It's like the idea that comes to you, Emmy, is that it's like a stew pot, basically.
What's up wrong with soup earlier?
Where there's massive currents going in weird directions, spinning around, large chunks crashing together, and underneath it all this low giant bass sound. Just kind of grumbling throughout. You don't know if it's the currents, you don't know if it's the waves.
Where's the spoon?
But you feel like a piece of potato in someone who is being vigorously stirring a stew pot right now. Incredibly dangerous place to be in.
We're fine.
Let me see. I thought I had.
I did not promise you guys would live this job, just good. But that wasn't already clear.
I don't have much longer to live anyway.
Your little potato ship.
Not a potato wedge.
And the giant deadly stew.
Not our French fry.
Friendly neighborhood French fry. Aren't we all just a small potato chip in life's great stew?
You put potato chips in your stew?
Sometimes.
No, my stew is a dipping sauce on potato chip. I put stew in my potato chip.
Stew. Put soup in your wontons. Chips. Fucking fire.
Well, did you say soup in wonton?
Yes. So we went to this really fancy gourmet restaurant in Seattle. Yes. So it's like a rice meatball and then soup and then the wonton. So it's like just a ball with all of the shit in it.
It's a soup ball.
It's so
You just eat it all at once?
Yes. So you just eat like the one small wonton and it's rice meat and like soup all just in the one thing.
It's just like a soup dumpling.
It's like a bite-sized soup.
They sell soup dumplings at Trader Joe's.
It's delicious, is what they were.
They're very good though. You want the Trader Joe's, I think.
Now it's like a roguelike where we don't get to choose the map. Gabe randomly generates the map for us every time. We do not control fate. Now I'm guessing it's going to work, right?
No comments. I am shortening the Roaring Sea portion because there is something I want to do after that might take longer.
No. We should send like 3 sessions on the Roaring Sea, then do that.
Robert just wants to see more sessions with Robin.
You get the stew pot for about an hour, and just as that hour kind of comes to a close, you reach. There we go.
Geometry Dash.
Why are these waves playing?
Not enough of a solid beat.
My little brother's obsessed with
I used to do, like, if I did it long enough, I could just do it with my eyes closed because of music.
Really? That's insane.
But only, like, you know, a specific one.
Right, like you've done it 1,000,001 times, so you just...
My school had iPad, and they would shut off, like, once they were in, like, school hours, they would shut off, like, all outside apps that weren't designated school apps. So what I'd do is I'd turn off my internet, and just play Geometry Dash during class.
Offline.
Yeah, until I needed to, and then I'd turn it on and they'd be gone for the rest of the day.
I respect it.
And so my friends were like, how would you have Geometry Dash on your iPad? This is in school hours.
I had to delete a dice rolling app on my iPad because it was considered too similar to gambling, but I had it for D&D.
Bruh.
No one in my school had airdrop disabled, so I would just airdrop garbage shit and memes. Just random people. And sometimes I'd rename my iPad to Skunk Catholic Staff, and instead the name that says, I find out his iPad is named, I'd screenshot it, it just says like, name, come to the office now.
Maybe that's a staff was the funniest part of that.
I agree.
I believe you!
Did anyone believe it?
I got one person once. And like,
never come back to you.
They got out of the room, and like, it was happening, I had to like stop them. Like, I didn't want them to actually leave.
I would have let them go.
I would have let him go.
I would act like nothing happened when they come back.
They would have to tell the teacher, hey, someone sent me this, and then they would have figured out what process of elimination had to be someone in there. And it would
delete it off the iPad.
So one guy who didn't change the name of his iPad and then airdropped everyone on the plane that he had a bomb as like a joke, thinking it wouldn't get instantly before they even took the plane off. They were like, "We know it's you." It's literally got your first and last name. It says this person's iPad airdropped this to everyone on the plane.
I didn't do a I'm imagining like I go to like a conversation with like my neighbor passenger, like, so what's your name? It's like, oh, that's cool. Like, oh yeah, I'll talk to you on the flight. I'm a boss.
People are dumb.
People are dumb.
So as you all get this little hour, you come across one of those sensations of rare beauty, where you're someone that's like entirely wild and untamed, between the churning stew pot of the ocean and the bright, shifting colored lights ahead of you, on top of you, above your head. That's the direction, in the sky, that way. You get one of those feelings of raw power and nature and her untamed beauty, which is shortly interrupted by the captain coming in to approach you all. He doesn't say anything. He just wordlessly puts down something in front of you. It's a compass. And you see that the needle is spinning erratically.
It's like your thing. Did you do the same thing as him? I'm pointing to Carter.
No.
Magnetic fields off.
Yeah.
It would seem that way.
Can we see any of the stars from here?
Yeah, you can see all of them.
Okay, so I can still tell which direction's north.
Yes.
Okay. So obviously the compasses are going to work, but we should be able to just keep heading, and Carter will point in the direction that would...
Is there like a North Star?
There are constellations. There's not a single North Star, but there are like...
Lincoln North Star, you know.
Is there a news journal in the sky? Is there like a northwest star?
No, there are constellations that you can use to align yourself. But the captain...
Journal Star is a journal. North Star is a high school.
North Star's high school.
The Lincoln... Oh, so it's just the Lincoln Star Journal then, or whatever it's called.
Yeah, Lincoln Journal Star.
Okay, whatever. The captain's basically telling you, I can't navigate.
You can't navigate?
Not without a compass.
Okay, well, I can.
I can tell you where to go, then you can navigate from there.
Yeah.
And these are unfamiliar...
Carter's really like, well, you know, you can get good, so...
These are unfamiliar constellations to me. Like, I've never been this far north. It's very difficult for me.
This is the captain?
Yes.
I almost took keen mind.
Well,
That would have been very helpful.
I've kind of dedicated my life to studying all of the sky, so I would believe that I could figure it out enough
Oh, the entirety of the
Star
star?
guy.
to the best of my ability.
Let me rescind something I said earlier. You can see all the stars, but it's difficult to see them wholesale because of the shifting light.
Okay.
Like if you take a moment to study them, and if you have like a reference, like a star chart, you could figure out what they are. But like a seasoned captain even would have trouble trying to put together what they are without a chart and without like any sort of like extra tools.
Isn't that your spellcasting focus?
It is.
Oh.
So,
you like study the sun, moon, and stars, and the sky, and the clouds.
Yeah, he's into astrology.
yeah, no.
But, oh my God, what's your sign?
Alright, I will pull out some of my chart book, which has way more shit, but
You'll be directing us from here, Professor.
I'm doing my best.
Yeah, Zeke is gonna like be right next to you, like kind of peeking into your book and like looking up.
So,
just as a naturally curious.
So Carter will pull out the book, and it looks like the most like default, like blank, boring textbook you've ever seen. Just like leather bound, blank brown cover.
I'm sure you sell copies to your students for like 500 gold apiece.
No, I'm not a scam.
The university does that.
Yeah, I don't do that. I make no money off of that. I've written a couple books. I don't charge nearly that much. But the first 1,000,000 pages are all star charts, so I will do my best to navigate.
You managed to point the party in the general direction of north, but you come to a crossroads. There are two routes to take that go north. To more of the northwestern direction, there are a large patch of open ocean, but the currents seem especially tumultuous. And to the northeast, there is a crowded glacier field with less tumultuous currents. Very crowded glacier field.
Probably open water. Do you guys vote?
We probably want the easier route. That's the Meridian. Is that the ship?
Meridian, yeah.
Yeah, the Meridian was taken.
Well, the captain says, between taking large drinks from a beer bottle.
The route of the Meridian station is likely gone, what with the shift in ice signal. So we can't be following them pace for base. We're just going to have to be playing catch.
Yeah, I think open water is our better chance.
Open water, let's figure it out.
Right, between the two.
Very crazy waves, very high, very dangerous looking. Or very crowded glacier field. He's like, the captain points to the field.
We could probably navigate that safely, but it'd take a lot of time.
I don't know that we have time.
My vote's the open or water. But I can be overruled.
I mean, no, you're our boss. We can't.
You're the one paying me to be here.
I'm in a hurry, as always. The faster route.
It's like when you're boss. So like now, all of you can say no to this, but this is what I think.
But your job depends on if you agree with me.
Yeah.
All right. That's what Carter would think. Carter's in a hurry.
And most of the party is in agreement.
Yeah.
Captain Jalansky nods. He finishes his beer. He throws the bottle over the side of the ship. Says,
All right, Swabbies, batten the hatches. We're going into rougher waters.
Let's do it.
Hunks down.
Do anybody...
You know, it might get too rough and Grampy's gonna fall out.
Do anybody do anything to prepare?
How long does guidance last?
A minute.
Okay. Guidance is just so meh. I'm going to prepare the gust cantrip to help either prepare to push the sails forward, or if we start to go to one side, I want to try to add more force to keep us balanced out.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
No, you finished.
He was done. I saw.
Okay. I'm going to take a small portion of my rectangle off, press a few buttons on it, and turn it into a carpenter tool. Let's prepare to repair any damage to the hull or ship.
Okay. Anything from Robin?
I'll offer help.
You gonna shoot the sail? again?
I know more than shooting.
Narrative voice. She actually does.
The second mate kind of looks at you and says, "Just stay out of the way, lass. We got this."
Shoot him. Shoot him.
Fine.
We'll need a new second
He's
mate.
not being, he's not being like misogynistically. He's just like, we're professionals. He's like, okay.
No, they need a new second mate in a second. You can fill that role. Shoot him.
Your Vulcan kind of rocks back and forth. It almost reminds you when you're like a kid and you're taking a bath and you're like splashing around in your little toy boat. Chaos and water everywhere. But you manage to keep the sails straight. Course correct when necessary. You keep a general direction of north while avoiding the most disastrous waters as you can. Just when you feel like you've gotten out of the worst of it, the waters begin to calm down a little. The tip of the ship, the prow, dips down.
We're in a water. I didn't think there were waterfalls here.
In like a whirlpool type?
No, just like it dips down. Like the water is troughing.
I didn't know there were waterfalls here.
Okay, everybody brace yourselves.
And then a large shadow begins to be cast over you, and you see a giant wall of water about to splash down on the ship. Everybody needs to roll strength save.
My favorite.
I push Zeke over. Oh no! I thought it's like Lion King.
Okay.
You kind of glance over at the sailors, and they've begun tying themselves to the side of the boat. You're on your own, laddie!
Zeke got a 4.
Oh my.
Fang got a 21.
Okay.
No!
30-20. What's your strength score?
No, 18. I don't have a strength score. I looked at my dex. Sorry, 18.
Flash me into the bathroom.
Let's see.
And me.
And me?
She's a neutral strength score, right?
He's still a positive, I think.
Alright, well, I'm
It's electronic.
I just plus 1.
So she's good. Robin?
No.
Zeke?
Oh, wait, you failed?
Got a 4!
Oh, yay! 4 brothers.
There is a crashing of water. There's like, you ever like jump off of a diving board and there's a moment where there's just chaos and water spinning in your vision?
Mm-hmm.
You get that. Except the moment that clears and you get, you feel it. Your clothes are soaked in icy cold water. They feel heavy. They feel like they're dragging you down. Icy fangs like digging into your skin is what it feels like. You both take 22 cold damage.
He's about to die.
I healed.
Oh, you did?
The people on the boat, you just watched.
I would have almost died.
After the water clears and your vision is like, ooh.
Oh, they get thrown off?
Yes.
Oh, shit.
The wave passes over, you can see again, and they are in the water.
Okay, I'm going to grab a rope, tie it to like the mast, and throw it over.
As he's doing that, like Fang comes to the edge, barks, and you see his red gem. Are they in range for this?
What's the range?
90 feet.
90 feet? I would say that one person is.
Yeah, so you're in range for this. Fang barks, or makes what you would assume is like the closest thing he can produce to a bark. And the ruby on his head starts glowing, and a orange circle comes above Robin, comes down on her, and she's on the boat.
Okay.
Dripping, soaking wet. See, you are still in the water.
Yeah, and I'm too far for Fang to help me.
Yes.
Hey, Portal Helper. That's the first half of his name.
Oh yeah. Alright.
I'm with it.
Can I throw a rope to him?
You may attempt to.
Is my exoskeleton and arm making it hard to swim at all?
Precisely. They weigh a lot.
15.
You throw a rope out.
I'm 100 feet out, man.
But
At least.
he gets tossed around by currents. He's too far.
Okay.
If I tie a rope and then shoot out a net.
Like a harpoon?
No, I'm thinking like a net, that you shoot.
Oh yeah.
We're gonna do that to him.
How long does this spell take to cast, I wonder?
Good on spellcasters.
Hold on. If this spell does not take long to cast, I'm just going to cast it.
What is it?
Yeah. I'm going to cast Water Walk.
Oh yeah, that's instant.
You just float.
Water Walk is amazing. It's such a good spell.
You instantly become buoyant, and you're walking on the surface of the water. It's still very tough. It's still very difficult to navigate, but you know that you're soaking wet. So I will have you roll a dex save as you attempt to wander back to the ship.
You're trying to just stay on your feet, but at least you're not going to drown.
It's not incredibly difficult, but it is. So it's a matter of uncertainty whether or not you can do it.
Water Walk is an amazing spell.
It's a dex save, you said?
Yes.
7.
You pass. You're a little shaky at first, but you quickly regain your footing, and you manage to grab onto the rope that he had thrown earlier and climb back up. The captain looks at you both.
There's a change of clothes within the storage area. You're going to need to change.
And as he says it, you finally feel it. With your wet clothes, now there's a cold wind tearing at them as well, making you even colder. Hypothermia is a very real danger here.
I'm going to spam Druid crap to dry them off. At least I believe this is one. It's not prestidigitation, but it's like everything else. It's the Druid version.
Druidcraft?
Can it not do that?
No, you take the prestidigitation. With rise objects.
Why the fuck can I have prestidigitation?
Druidcraft is...
Oh wait, I have prestidigitation. My bad.
I was going to say, out of the million cantrips you have, you have prestidigitation.
I have both. I'm sorry.
I'm assuming you're practicing stone, right?
Yeah. Yes, I have prestidigitation, which does everything.
Yeah, prestidigitation does solve our issue.
Yes, I would say it does. You managed to...
I like myself apart.
It takes a while because prestidigitation doesn't...
I take off my clothes and I take them.
1 cubic foot of material at a time.
Yeah, so it's...
I've got more efficient way. Take that a flamethrower.
It takes about 2 minutes to clean them up both separately. But they're finally dry. The captain kind of gives a dry nod.
I get you.
I give Fang a rub on the head. Good job, boy.
What did he do?
He helped you.
He portaled you.
Oh, you probably couldn't tell it was him, but that's how you ended up on the ship again.
I would have got myself up anyway.
Alright, back to the actual ship.
I mean, I didn't tell him what to do. He did his job.
The water begins to trough again. Your nose of your ship dips down very slightly. Alright, and Shallow Fall to New Again is another large wave headed in your direction.
Can I throw gusts in our sails to try to forward?
Could I have cast? I wasn't in range for anyone else. How long was the time between these two waves?
Well, there's a time it took for you to walk back. There's the 2 minutes of casting. Probably about 5 minutes.
Yeah. Okay. As the wave hit, I'm in the middle of trying to ritual cast Water Walk on all of us.
Alright, I'm gonna throw gusts at the sails to try to launch us forward to try to avoid it.
Okay, is anybody else doing anything?
I'm trying to ritual cast Water Walk as it's about to. I look up in horror.
Okay, here we go.
I don't know what to do.
I can't shoot the wave.
I could spend another 3rd level spell slot on that, but I'm not going to.
all of my options.
I'll have you roll a spellcasting check.
Okay. It's gonna be
69.
That's not
25.
I feel like it's familiar.
25?
Crime thing, Grandros.
It's a 25 reference.
You managed to get enough pep in the step of the boat to catch the frothy tail end of the wave, which makes you all roll still a little bit damage.
Wow, that's not going to help me at all.
Yeah.
Carter's got his library book in his left hand as he's just throwing out shit.
That will help me.
Oh boy.
Oh wait, advantage.
Advantage.
Okay,
Both single digit
better.
rolls.
Where are my notes?
I'm the weak one here.
What'd you get?
17.
Natural 20 on Zeke,
No way, I got 7.
and 21 on Fang.
I got a 12.
Robin, it's just not your day. You get washed off the side again. You do take a little bit of damage. Not as much as last time. 11 cold damage. As you get plunged into the water again.
Why didn't you tie yourself to the boat? I throw the rope to her again.
Make a dexterity check.
See, this I can do.
15. What'd you roll?
26.
You are ready before it even hits you. You fully expect him to throw the rope. Like, you turn around and you reach out and it's like already there.
Yeah, in my hand.
Please tie yourself to the boat! As Carter's actively tying himself to the boat.
Make a strength check, Carter. I will give you advantage because the crew's helping you.
Since I passed that save,
17.
do I get to continue my ritual cast?
Yes.
Yeah, awesome.
17.
17. Heave! Ho! Heave! And then you repeat, she's back up, you know, kind of drowned rat kind of look. Prestidigitate. Hair cut.
Alright, so I'm casting Water Walk on U4, or no, U3, Fang, Thelonious, Captain, Second Mate, and 3 other crew members. Because I already have them this fast, so I don't need it again.
So, pretty much everybody.
Yeah, I don't know how many other crew members are besides this.
There's only 4 crew members.
Well, I guess there's one person.
5, kind of the captain, I guess.
There's one person who's going to be really screwed out of if they get hit, go off the boat.
So you know, Thelonious is like, I'm going to the top, going on the street, he's like, I'm a natural swimmer.
Don't you have sensitivity to cold water?
You'll be merciful.
It will be for a very brief period of time, and I'm sure that our friend here could dry me off if need be.
Carter, this is the most loose you've seen his tie because he's practically trying to do everything.
It is. Woo! It's a lot. It's like
Yeah. Now
He's still holding the book for everything.
now when we hit the water, it'll be like hitting cement instead of like hitting water.
There's one more wave. The water troughs again, the boat dips down. You're already this time. And then as the wave hits you, you just kind of like buoyantly shoot up out of the water. It's like
Nice.
There's like a brief, like a second of free fall, then flat, you hit the deck of the ship as the back end of the wave still kind of washes across. Everybody's safe. No roll required.
Nice.
Nice.
We like that.
You hit another calm spot after. There's another brief period of travel, and then you come to another crossroads. Off in the northwestern direction, there appears to be a small cluster of icebergs. You can see what looks like a wooden structure on one of them, and smoke is coming out of what appears to be a chimney. To the northeastern direction, there's a large expanse of totally quiet waters, no current at all, flat like glass.
I think we go to the house. We could ask if
Yeah.
we've seen anyone. Not for any better reason.
I'm gonna try to steer us towards the house.
Does the other half of the party have anything to
shopping
say?
trip.
Weigh in on the matter?
No, sounds like a good idea to me.
Let's go, shopping trip.
The captain turns around and says,
So, let me get this straight. We're not going to the quiet part of the waters.
Yeah, we're gonna ask the people in that. They're gonna ask the people who live there. See if they-
Oh, of course. All right. Well, just know that you're all doing that while I will stay on my boat.
That's okay.
Make sure you don't
No
leave.
boat, not a boat. No boat.
Make sure you don't leave, please.
Please.
No, we won't leave.
Okay.
We appreciate that.
the boat makes contact with the edge of the ice.
It's like he like parallel parks, basically.
Crash the hole.
There's like grinding and squeaking as like they throw an anchor over the side, and you're free to step out onto the little ice floe and approach what looks like a quaint little cottage.
My favorite way to park a boat is
At
crash
the end
into
of the
the
world.
I prefer to parallel park my boat.
Do you approach the little cottage?
Yes.
Donk, donk, donk.
There's a large knocker on the door. With like the wolf's mouth. It's got like the hanger.
I should have used that. I'll after having already knocked on the door, I'll notice the knocker and then knock it with the knocker.
Again.
Let me in.
The door slowly squeaks open.
Shopping trip time. Let's go.
The door's open.
Excuse me.
You open the door fully. There's like a little hallway, and then there are several doorways leading out of that hallway. One of them has like a beaded curtain, and there's like smoke kind of drifting gently out.
The owner must be in there. Thank you for letting us in. I'm surprised you went to the door, though. You must have some contraption to open it.
Are you talking
Yes.
before seeing them?
Yeah.
Okay.
You must have some sort of contraption to open the doors.
Oh, come in, dearie.
Hello. I'm going to walk into the end of the hallway and try to go to it.
You pull apart the beaded curtains, and in front of you see a large cast iron cauldron sitting on a bed of fire, and around it there are three very strange figures. They each have very saturated plasticky skin, like Faust does, for example. One of them is red, one of them is pink, one of them is green. The red one is sort of short and stout, the green one is kind of tall and thin, and the pink one is of a intermediate average build. They all appear to be very old, elderly ladies. They've got curling, twisted horns, and they've got like these thick weaves of gray hair that kind of twist and braid around them. They're all covered in little trinkets as well, with little crows.
It looks like someone made a nest in their horns.
Yeah. you get the image. Stereotypical hags. And the cauldron's bubbling green gloop inside.
Hello. We're travelers, and we were wondering if you had seen a boat pass by here recently. I don't know if you would have known the name of it. We would have the name probably on the side. It's called the Meridian. We have we're looking for someone on it, but we don't actually know them. Only one of us knows them, and they don't actually know them. They only saw them in a dream once, and they think they.
Hey, why don't we discuss this over tea?
We are in a very big hurry. Have you seen them or not? Pardon my intrusion.
The red one, who is shorter and stouter, goes,
No. It simply will not do. You have very poor manners.
Carter wants to leave. Carter's ready to go. We are on a time crunch, and we are getting further and further behind. Carter doesn't want to stay. I think we leave.
Okay, boss. I guess we'll leave.
We are a party. I want to hear everybody's thoughts and opinions.
Yeah, no, boss. You're right, boss. Good one, boss.
Does Carter turn to leave?
Yeah.
The door shuts behind you.
It shuts behind me, or so it's blocking me in, or for
you are inside, yes?
Yes.
Then it closes behind you. You are inside. The door is closed.
This simply will not do. Poor manners.
So what that red is giving me.
I don't know. Brad seemed like a glare.
No, it's not.
Hey, try the door.
Yes.
It's unlocked.
Okay, I open the door. Like, pardon, we're in a hurry.
Oh, don't you want to read your fortunes?
Come on, Charlie.
Oh,
come on, Charlie.
Just shout at me.
The pink one goes,
I see something very dark in your near future.
Yes.
Aren't you curious, Professor?
No, I know exactly what it is.
Yarns and peddlers of false prophecy over here.
I've already got
Peddlers of false prophecy.
I've already got my young companion who's telling me
What did you believe?
fate.
Wow.
What I believe in?
Yeah, we.
My gun.
So you don't believe in fate or Fingalo or anyone like that?
Practice some.
That is understandable, I suppose.
And we've already told
I
me
was
my
raised
fate.
in Dahlist, but the church kind of ruined me.
Yeah, basically.
And we've already told me my fate. That's why I'm I'm sorry.
I wonder if the dark future is a shadow of the moon on my face.
And we've already told me my
I can't
fate.
tell you your future. What are you going on about?
At least not a
You're
half.
clairvoyant.
Not my future. She's estimated what's the future of the planet in 3 days.
2 days, sorry.
You said something to the prior, right?
Oh.
Or is that a joke?
A false prophet.
Y'all runners and peddlers of false prophecy.
No, not at all, young lassie. You seem like quite the talented girl. Wouldn't you like to know what lies in your future?
No, I already asked my sister.
Rude, all of them so rude.
We're sorry. We asked you a question. We appreciate you taking the time. But if you don't have the answer, then we need to continue
Sir,
forward.
let me get this straight.
You barged into our home, demanded to know where a stranger that we've never seen is, and then you're just leaving.
I appreciate you answering my question. No, we knocked on your door. We asked for a bit of advice. You don't have it. We appreciate it. We need to get going.
Yeah, so just because we haven't seen her doesn't mean that we can't see her.
He's like looking at the window, like he's like trying to look around. Like, do they see her?
I don't know what that means, but I don't know.
I think there's better ways to get around this.
But your fortune. Yes, come to the seat. What's like the really old lady name that starts with a mare? What is that?
Meridian?
Meridian, yes. Meridian, come on, young lady, some tea.
Meritrude.
Right away, Gertrude. She takes this long, crooked ladle,
No,
gets some bubbling green fluid into like a wooden cup for you, puts it on the ladle, and extends it towards you.
now I would say all their names end in Trude. Meritrude, Gertrude, and Fairtrude.
Rude not to.
I'm gonna fucking just not even
Throw it.
sit.
Any.
Just throw it back.
Make a con save.
I'm not in charge of
God.
her.
Oh god. That's
I can feel the ice in your veins.
You take
You mean that wasn't a pass?
4 acid damage,
No.
and you feel very dizzy all of a sudden.
It's almost like we're just hanging out with some hags that, my poison that has get to this direct
Not
there.
poison us, acid us. A very clear D&D difference.
Cursed.
Your eyes kind of cloud over for a second, and that green fluid in the cauldron becomes transparent and reflective.
I wonder what effect this food has. It's only to him, though?
Yes.
Dearie, that's the big one. Let me see your hand.
She grabs your left hand and she dips it into the water. And this time, all of you see that it turns silver. It doesn't burn you, though.
Fate reading is different, is an enduric practice, right? It's not a fate center practice?
Scrying is an endurance practice. Fate reading is slightly different.
Can I tell what they're doing?
They are fate reading. They're not scrying.
So is this a fate center practice?
Yes.
Would I be familiar
It
with
is a
that?
fate center practice. Now, dearie, what was your question?
And it says if you can see my face. Can you
Well,
tell me if I can find my friend?
I'm your friend.
I'll be a friend.
I see. How curious. It seems like you find him yesterday.
He's your friend.
So odd.
Oh,
You will find him yesterday, is what she said.
that's the wrong friend. If I'm thinking it's the reading is what I
It's
think.
Carter.
I know who you're talking about.
You found Carter
He knows who
yesterday.
you're talking about. Him, right? Not him. Him, capital H. Are you talking about her?
No.
Oh, you're talking about Nimbus.
Yeah.
So I thought you were talking about your uncle.
No.
Oh.
Wait, two readings for the first one. You didn't go to that? Everyone did.
I didn't mention.
We'll do that in character. I'm sorry, was that not who you were looking for?
No.
Oh, I'm curious. Your future is so clouded.
It's crazy.
Her. Yes, you will find her in the far north. And as the liquid in the pot begins to shimmer, this ancient temple encrusted in thick layers of ice appears. You will find her at a place called Rimevale. She's in grave danger.
Oh shit.
Oh dear. There is someone else there too, and there is the pot spits out black smoke, and you can see silver teeth emerging over the edge, closing over the image, and then drawing back in. They all jump back, surprised. Oh dear, that's never happened before. What the fuck? Meridian, did you see that? Yes, I saw it. Oh dear. Well, it looks like you were quite the thing, young lassie. I hope your friend's okay.
Do we see this?
Can I make an attempt at an Arcana check to figure out what happened to that fate reading? Because I'm assuming I've never seen that either.
You may. Or religion, or as well.
Can I roll
Either
history to
okay.
see if I recognize the building? Or if I've ever read anything about it?
You may.
28.
28.
Oh, horrible.
Is this a Arcana or a religion?
They're the same. Religion, I guess.
Religion, you're picking religion? Because for the explanation will differ depending on the angle you use it.
I'd be more interested in the religious aspect of this.
Within the Fate Spinner Tales, there are people who are known to possess some amount of control over fate. Beyond that, there may be entities greater than people who can do it as well. There's not really names given to any, but there are like figures and parables, basically. What you witnessed reminds you of a parable where someone tried to read their own future and someone else stopped that reading.
So basically, someone more
Yes.
one more powerful at manipulating.
Yes. In the tale, someone's future is eaten by something greater and stronger than them. They don't know what it is, and they end up falling to that creature later in the parable.
He's like has like an almost worried. Or actually, you can't see his face because through the mask.
24.
24. History?
Yes.
You have
On the building.
heard of ancient ruins at the edge of the world. You have heard the name Rimevale mentioned as a den of monsters in ancient texts. And in one particular book in your possession, you have heard tales of lore hunters holding that place in some regard, but no one had ever been there before in this book.
Okay.
It is a place of significance, is what you can gather, a place of danger.
I'm gonna wait. So, do they have any explanation for that? Are they saying? Are they doing anything other than explaining?
No, I assumed you were all doing this in like a split second.
Yeah. Well, I was basically Zeke is waiting to see if they'll explain it, and then if not, he'll try his best.
The red stout one reaches for your hand and pulls it out of the water, and there's a small cut on your finger that is bleeding. No one else can see this because of the angle of the pot, except for you and the hags, that your blood is silver.
That's not normal.
She kind of like takes a second to look at it, closes her hand over it so that nobody else can see, and like gives your hand back to you very gently. You should be very careful in the future, dearie. Maybe reconsider some of your life choices. This is a very dangerous path you're on.
I'd agree with them. In parables from the Fate Spinners, there exists a tale of someone trying to read a fate and more powerful fate weaver or fate creature manipulated their fate reading to interrupt.
To say specifically, the parable is about hubris.
Yes.
This person dies because of the hubris, trying to see which of the others.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not entirely like connected.
to the information you're given. I just elaborated on the story.
We should practice discretion here, especially if someone is trying to interfere with this person that you're finding.
Well, no, it seems like someone interrupted my fate, so...
Do I know any powerful fate readers? Or fate weavers?
They're
Part of
likely
the cult
considered to
group.
be dead in the modern era. There have been none since ancient times.
Okay.
There is an event that was known as the Rusting, where people who read fate lost their time.
Would I have any knowledge
Total
of
enough
any
to remember that.
rumored creatures that would have been
Probably
living in this?
enough to remember.
I remember right
Probably
what
not,
happened.
because that's not really your area of expertise. You're more of a geography guy.
None of the stories would have been tied to it?
No, because no one else has ever been there.
Okay. Okay.
Would I recognize them with my past?
Recognize what?
Story.
Story. That he said, or?
Yeah.
About the person's future being eaten?
You bastard!
Remind me, are you directly associated with the lore hunters, or did they just hire you?
They just hired me.
Okay, then probably not. But you do know a dangerous situation when you see one. And you feel like things are escalating. Your instincts do tell you that.
I'm sure it'll be fine.
Fate will guide us wherever it needs to be.
I don't know how far I want to go before I get my money.
Miriam! I don't think we should eat them anymore.
What?
Yes, I agree.
Yeah, that'd be a bad move for you.
It's a bad omen.
You say you were gonna eat us?
No, just that, not you.
Why would you eat any of us?
What do you mean? We're hungry.
But we're people. You don't eat people.
Oh, we do.
There are some parables that say eating another person can grant you...
And Carter walks out of the room, out of the building.
Or it's still a block.
Yeah, no, I know. I'm leaving.
There are some parables that say that eating another person or another min can grant one unusual abilities.
Oh, we were just going to do it because we're hungry and you were rude.
Alright, on that note, I think I'm gonna leave. Thanks for a whole lot of weird shit.
The red one, Meridian, says, and she makes like a hand over a clenched fist where her heart is and says, I think some things should be kept hidden, don't you?
No, I don't. And then I'm just gonna leave.
Okay.
Emmy has had enough of this fucking, poly talk fucking bullshit.
Stop speaking riddles, give me a straight answer!
Zeke is gonna try and shake each of their hands. I always enjoy being so speak.
They kind of look at each other. Did you directly refuse their invitation for tea earlier?
No.
Okay, then they do shake your hand.
Yes. I mean, I asked the question, and then he interrupted me.
Okay.
Yeah, I definitely was like, I'm not taking your fucking teeth.
One of the hags points
No, I
out
left.
to leave Carter.
Oh, okay.
And says, of course, you would know how to for your rude manners.
I'm sorry.
As you step over the threshold, you trip and fall.
Shame on you.
Carter gets up.
Shame on your family.
Straight to the side. Thank you.
Shame on your cow.
Shame on your motherfucking cow.
Did they invite you for tea?
I don't know if they did.
Okay. Do you politely say goodbye to them, or you just leave? You do see Carter fall, honestly.
Carter's face planted.
He was definitely before
Are
you.
you gonna
Bye,
swallow your
aunties,
side?
and I leave.
Good luck, dearie.
Commit double fucking homicide. Pop, pop. No more old lady.
Carter's face planted.
What about
And then
Ryan?
a third old lady comes back.
You reach
You mean with Emmy
Captain
can't count?
Jalansky in the ship, the Piddly-Widdly. The Piddle-Whittle. Captain
Piddly-Widdly.
Jalansky's got his knee over the boat. He's got his arm over it, looking down at you all. What was that about?
Fake shit, it doesn't matter.
There's
They were
some
gonna-
weird old
Did
lady.
you see something from out here?
I saw him fall flat on his face.
I mean,
Yeah, they cursed him.
I'm sorry?
Me too. Carl lifts out, sees one of his shoelaces are untied. Dad explains it. Ties his shoe.
Was it untied before, though?
I don't know. We may never know.
Carter's a pretty prim and proper man. He does not usually forget.
Yeah.
Things like tying his shoe.
He's blaming the curse. They untied his shoe. Is he wrong? We may never know.
Basically, a curse of the...
It's saying I tied it while we were in there. It's saying I found your shoe, like, the shoe on.
We shall get moving then, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
please.
All right.
Do we want to tell him where we're going now?
Rimevale? Am I saying that right?
They said Rimevale.
Rimevale.
It was noted in your stories as Rimevale.
Oh, okay. So Rimevale.
And where is that?
Directly north.
So, due north.
Yes, sir.
Alright.
You get in the ship. They crank the anchor back up.
Crank that soldier boy.
There's Craig.
Well, when we're back on the ship, you can like try and talk to Carter for a little bit.
Yeah, we know it.
How do you know?
So, since you studied the sky, do you like heavily believe in anything in the sky, or are you just like, are you an Enduric or Sindalis at all?
I've spent plenty of time with both. I think I'm definitely more leaning towards Enduric, but I think that every religion or group or anything, there's some grounds to all of it. I think there's some logic and some justification behind all of it. So I personally don't want to tie myself down to any one name. I think they all have great pros and great cons. So.
Well, then I guess I'll ask this. I'm assuming this is like a focus of your studies. Then, what do you think of the moon and the stars as a whole?
That's a tough question. That's not an easy question to answer. I think it kind of depends. They always are looking down on us, so some would definitely believe that they're watching over us and they guide our path through this life. Some think it's quite the opposite, where they're looking down on us and disgracing us mere folk who walk this planet. I don't know. I tend to play it day by day. I think there's way too many mysteries, too many uncertainties for me to give you a concrete answer.
Interesting.
I'm just interested by all of it. I just want to learn more, whether it's good or bad.
And you've been studying for how long?
The majority of my life. My entire adult life, especially, has been pretty focused on it.
So like 8 years? I mean, that's not big. That's like a metagame question.
Carter's like 24, so probably like 12 years of like research, 8 years professionally, somewhere around there.
Okay.
Alright, do we set sail once more?
Mm-hmm.
You sail away from the little house, the little cottage on the ice.
Well, Carter, it is always nice to meet a fellow academic.
I pride myself on it. Strains his tie, which is almost perfect. He doesn't need to shirt it as often as he does.
I may be a fellow, but it's ironic. And you sail for a little bit more, and eventually you reach another kind of crossroads.
I mean, you're the. Oh, sorry. I don't know. You're like the picturesque of academic, and then you got me with my ragged clothes and a mask that covers my entire face that's entirely blank.
You've got the two different kinds of professors. You've got the one who's like super serious about everything, but like is also very like concerned about how he presents himself.
I look like a math teacher. He looks like a science.
He's a lecturer, and he's a field researcher.
Yes. I look out of a John Wick movie. The all-black three-piece suit, black tie, always.
I look like the scientist that goes insane by seeing something they shouldn't have.
You look straight out of Chappie.
There's open water ahead of you, but you do reach a sort of crossroads of decision, because there are two things you can see on the horizon. It looks like some of the northern lights are bending downwards out of the sky towards a point in the distance. Or maybe not. Maybe it's more like this point has northern lights pouring out of it upwards, which would bend out into the sky. And then in another direction, you see what looks like a pillar of red smoke. And at the base of that smoke is kind of like a red point of light.
Alright, so there's the flare, and there's our likely destination.
I mean, would you recognize it as a flare?
Yeah, you know an emergency flare. You would know immediately what it is. Those two would have to wonder about it a little bit.
It's a signal. There's people over there.
Did you want to start ritual casting your object location?
I'll start doing that. We should
We'll head
sail
over.
towards.
What are you locating?
Still trying to look for Nimbus's items.
The bowl, it takes you more than 10 minutes to get there. You finish casting it before you reach the source of the signal flare. No pain.
Okay.
What do we know all of their names, or do we only know Nimbus's?
I don't know all of their names.
I mean, do you know all of their names?
No.
How do we know Nimbus's name?
You don't know their names because you weren't there.
Robin said her name.
Yeah. What were we gonna say?
Robin knows of a Captain Jalansky and his
I
crew.
thought.
Not individually, though.
No, I thought he.
No, you guys already knew Nimbus's name, and I was like, oh, how do you know her name? And I tried to fake it, and you caught me on that.
What are we
I think-
figure out here?
So, well, Robert was asking if we knew all the chosen.
Yeah, all the chosen's names. Cause I
Our
was
whole
like,
party.
so I realized like,
Oh.
I was
You
sure.
do.
Okay.
She told you.
Okay.
You don't.
You just knew Nimbus though, because when I mentioned it, you tried to play it off like you didn't already know that information.
Yeah, so you knew Nimbus in some way beforehand.
We know all their names. I don't know any of them personally, obviously.
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 I never associate with those kind.
I don't associate with the
I do not associate.
poor. Bad.
No, that's not what the kid says in the video.
Alright.
You know, poor kids can be just as smart and successful as white kids. Joe Biden.
2020.
I forgot about
He did say that.
Yep.
Oh my god.
He's just saying what we're all thinking. Alright, where are we going, gang?
See the ship first?
Yeah.
Yeah.
First, it's like you're planning to go to the other location at this point?
I mean, if that would be my next
I mean,
guess.
this is not our final destination.
If she's not on the boat.
You know where our final destination is. It has been revealed to you by the witches.
Is that separate
Well,
from where the lights are coming
hey.
from?
Something a powerful fate weaver could be him.
Because my guess was that, I guess Carter's guess would be that source of light would be tied to the building that we're looking
There was
for.
never anything in the book that would have.
Oh, okay.
I thought the image getting destroyed meant that something that they were not ending up at that destination.
Who knows?
Okay. So it's not I thought when it was eaten, it was like, oh, now that fate will not come to pass or whatever.
A fate will not come to pass. Which one? Who's to say?
We're in for the boat. We'll figure it out after that.
You approach a boat that has been somehow pushed up onto a glacier. Way farther than it looks like it should have.
And then you start shooting it.
What?
Shoot the ice. And then just like get off the glacier.
Considering
I'll do everything I can.
I see the giant hole in the hull, so it might sink.
The
If we
hole
do that?
in the hole, so to speak,
Yes.
is above the water line.
Right, but if I
But if I
If
shot
it's
the
like
ice
this,
with fire bullets,
comes down, will it then sink?
If I shot the shit,
Fireworks are not. This is a pretty big thing, all right? Like, this is a small
no.
boat.
well,
I have a lot of bullets.
what if you shot the sail?
You have technically infinite bullets, in the same way that someone can achieve quantum immortality. Okay? So technically it's possible for you to never roll a 1. But it will, you will eventually.
No.
Alright, we roll up on the boat.
Okay, I'll pull up.
We pull up.
You could totally shoot their
Down the
sail
street
with a fire bullet.
I don't need to.
There's a large ship emblazoned on the side. You see the word Meridian.
There are crew members on it, running back and forth frantically.
Nimbus will surely be here.
Didn't you already try his little party trick over there?
He's in the middle of it. He's in the middle of getting there.
It's still going. He did get it off.
Oh, I thought he was. I thought he was like a pig.
He got it off, and it's still going.
Alright. He's in 1,000 feet yet, I guess?
Not stopping.
You're within 1,000 feet, and there are no pings.
Man, he got off.
Hey, Carter, where are they?
That's impressive.
Where is she?
I don't know. We're gonna ask whoever's on the boat.
Are you not detecting her?
No, I'm not getting anything. When we get like within range of the boat, I'm just gonna shout like hello.
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 What's up? There is a glacier over here.
What? We can see it.
Well, we did it, so we're just letting you know.
I appreciate it. You guys doing okay?
No. Well, maybe. There's come closer. We don't.
We're gonna hit the glacier if we come closer.
Don't come to the glacier. Just come so we don't have to shout.
Come over to us.
We're trying. Alright, we'll get as close as
You
possible.
parallel park.
Yes. Our captain is excellent at parallel parking.
Captain Jalansky always parallel parks, no matter where he is.
Always.
You will find them in the parallel park between, if there is none.
We parallel park between the ocean and the ocean.
He will create a parallel parking situation.
One of a captain comes over on the Meridian. He's a rather jolly, portly-looking fellow. He's got a funny little mustache. We are still there. I happen to be Captain Jalansky of the Meridian. Did you see our emergency plan?
We did indeed.
Are you here to aid us?
If we can.
Well, and he looked over at a hole in the ship. That might take a little bit of time. And your ship, and he motions to your ship, which is significantly smaller than the
Right,
Meridian.
could not carry everybody.
I'm not sure if we can be carrying everybody with that.
Do you know if there are any other boats that might be around, any larger ones that would also see the flare?
Well, we know there is another ship from our... He kind of hesitates and says, like, organization hunting a creature in this area. Whether or not it has seen our flare, that is a different question. I'm sure they will come across us eventually.
So, this is going to sound weird, but we're actually looking for somebody who is on your ship.
Oh!
By the name of Nimbus.
Oh. Well, he kind of looks at you all suspiciously. What business would you have with...
I wave my prosthetic arm.
What business would you have with a member of my crew that it would require you to go through such lengths to meet her?
She's an old friend of mine, and I really, really need to see her again.
Roll persuasion.
I was spent a lot.
Get your friend. It's better in a dream. This is the parasocial relationship, by the way.
You're just imposing your friendship on her, and that's it.
When enemy has visions, she is an emote on the chat mode.
Yeah. This is so parasocial.
Can I fucking assist somehow?
How?
By also saying she's my friend too.
No, I was going to back up his story that he had come to us
after. He saw her in a dream. It must be true.
That he will.
A 5?
4.
A 4?
So, trying to aid him, I would say that she had come to us asking for help, trying to find Nimbus, and we've followed a very rough trail that has led us here, and we were hoping to continue on.
He just kind of looks at you all and he says, I'm sorry, Nimbus,
I know, she's fallen off the beaten path, but back in the day she helped a little girl out.
Really? Where are you from?
What's this one place called?
You can call them the Nubicans or the Bubbly Myers. The Bubbly Myers is the white people name.
The Bubbling Myers for you white people.
Thank you.
For you non-frog folk.
Well, they are white rabbits.
He goes, oh, really? How long ago was this, you say?
One day from...
And he turns to you, Robin.
I wasn't there for it.
Well, you also know Nimbus.
One day
I happened to have a
tomorrow.
little girl.
Oh, so when did you meet?
Tomorrow.
We met tomorrow.
I was a lot younger. I don't remember exactly.
So a number of years. Huh. Well, that's very interesting because as far as I know, Nimbus had never been down south prior to 2 years ago. So for you to have met her there, a number...
2 years ago. My memory is really shit. I've gone through some things.
Do you have the image?
They age differently.
How do you wait,
Metamorphosis.
was this image drawn or was it...
It was drawn by Emmy.
How recent does this look to the Nimbus of today?
Fairly. But why would you tell me then that this happened many, many years ago? I'm just going to point out that your story is suspicious. Nimbus is here for a very important reason, and I'm not going to... Where is Nimbus? Anyway, I'm not going to disrupt that just because, well, not only do we not know you, but you must have some reason to come out this way, and she's made quite a few enemies.
I don't need to just find her. I need to help her. I need to help her with whatever she's doing. She helped me out significantly. I need to pay her back. I need to help her do whatever she's doing. Well, I came all the way through this so I could help her finish whatever journey she's trying to finish.
And all these other people are in the same boat as you?
They're helping me.
Are you paying them?
Yes.
We're paying these
Those
two.
two. He's just a good dude.
You look a little out of your element.
I'm aware, that's why I hired these two.
So, let me get this straight. An indiscreet amount of years in the past, because you cannot remember because your memory is bad, Nimbus is a very important thing for you, and I want to pay this thing back by helping her.
What did she do for you?
Take her.
Yeah.
From?
Some monster in the swamps. Isn't that what the lore hunters do? They hunt monsters?
I never mentioned we were with the lore hunters.
We know Nimbus is.
Yeah. I figured I would know that Nimbus is a lore hunter.
He didn't say it.
No, he didn't say it. We're saying it.
Yeah.
I knew she was a lore hunter.
Yeah, but to the point
Yeah,
of
I
this
did.
conversation, you're revealing information about her that they
you-
didn't tell you.
Yeah.
Yes.
You are saying that you know more about her than...
Then what
Then what
was
they-
going on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you know that we are.
We
I
assume.
assume. Yeah.
Come here, take it. And they throw like a board over the gap between the bones.
Shoots him in the head.
It hits it every encounter like immediately hop on and we'll walk over.
Constantly have
All
my
right.
first hand.
I'm just going to tell you. I don't know who you are. I know you are lying to me.
About what?
Your timeline makes no sense and you're being incredibly vague. But I am sensing from you an earnestness. Earnestness.
It's almost hard to say as Worcestershire sauce.
Worcestershire.
Worcestershire.
Um,
That was Zeke saying that, by the way.
What I am saying to you now is I am feeling like I should trust you, but I'm not finding a good logical reason why.
Don't you want Nimbus to succeed?
Yes!
I also want her to succeed.
He
That's
doesn't
not
have.
the first time I've heard that.
He doesn't have any proof that we're not trying to sabotage her. Carter would say this like
In
right in
fact,
front of him.
Word on the grapevine is that someone has sent out a few people to hunt her down, so...
Well, then even more reasons to go and help her. She needs people to protect her.
Yes, but you could be those people who are hunting her down. You see what I'm putting down yet?
Yeah.
Why? Okay, at this point I'm lost. Why does she want to be hunted down?
Why is she being hunted?
Well, that's a long story. How much time do you have?
Minimal.
Not a lot.
Can we get the short version? Thank you.
Nimbus's mentor has been doing some things that our organization does not like, she was in a prison, she escaped from that prison, she did some other things up at that prison, and now we are helping Nimbus to find her. And because her mentor is nigh untrackable, Nimbus is the elite that most people are to be finding. Especially because this prison that her mentor was in does not really exist, if you know what I'm saying.
Huh?
It's off the books.
No, like in the physical sense, it's not real.
Would Carter have any concept? No, okay.
No.
I'm trying really hard not to metagame, which is why I'm asking the questions to make sure I don't.
I know this is confusing for you. That's why this is the short version. I couldn't explain with the long version, but you said you
Would I have any? Being
It's a well-kept secret.
Okay. Yeah. I would.
So, that's where we're at. Well, technically where we're at is on this glacier. But,
So she's not on the glacier.
she should be on the boat, yes.
She's not on the boat.
She went out for a walk a little while ago. She hasn't come back yet.
She's
Yeah,
over
there.
1,000 feet away.
Yeah, she's not on the boat.
What do you mean she's not on the boat? I mean, she's going to be at the glacier. Maybe she's taking her walk. Nimbus!
Metagame thing. You could say you should probably have the location instead. And that would definitely give me a
Hey!
right?
Go send someone to look for Nimbus. Yes, you, with the stupid face, yes.
What's the
Gorbachevsky.
place called that we're going to?
No, there's Gorbachinsky and there's Gorbachevsky.
Rimevale?
Is there?
No, I'm just making it up.
There's like there's another variation of the word.
I let her talk to them.
We should go to Rimevale. That's where she's
What?
Rimevale?
How do you know that name?
On our way up here.
Alright, and he brought a sword, he pointed at who are you? Speak plainly.
My name is Emmy. I have visions of...
He rattles the sword at you.
I don't know how to explain it, but I met two witches that are fate spinners, and they told me my fate was tied to Nimbus, and they told me that I needed to go to that place.
So you came all this way because two old ladies and smoking incense told you to do it.
Are you talking about the two fate centers in that earlier?
Yeah.
There's
Three of them.
Oh, there's three of them? I thought there was four. There was only two of them.
There's three of them.
Three old ladies. My bad.
You came all this way because three old ladies smoking
Well,
incense.
no, they're here in the... See, we were already on our way here.
You were telling me that you met three old ladies smoking incense.
That's how we
you came here, and then they told you need to come here.
No, we were coming here.
So, if you found out that you need to go there
Pardon me.
recently, why didn't you come here to begin with?
We came here looking for Nimbus. That's all still true. The name we just gathered from these fate spinner ladies, and clearly they were on the right track since it prompted that reaction. So we know the name is accurate, which we appreciate. But we are after Nimbus regardless. But if she's not on
You are
this
after
boat,
Nimbus, in which way?
we are trying to find her and help her.
Why do you want to help her?
My friend here has a life debt to her and wants to repay that. And as you can see, the moon might be falling. It's significantly
I
larger.
guess it looks bigger, but I don't know if you could call it falling.
Give it 2 days.
It's really stressing us out, so we're trying to do this in a timely fashion.
What does Nimbus have to do with the moon supposedly falling?
It's putting a time limit on it. We're trying to make amends. Since this is stressing me out, we don't know if it's actually going to crash or not.
So, because, let me get this straight, the moon is falling and you owe Nimbus a life debt. You decided to throw your life away instead of spending your last days with your family, chasing her to the end of the earth where you met three ladies smoking incense in a hut, and they told you that you're actually in the right place and you need to keep going that way.
Yes. That's how serious this is that I'm willing to...
Serious? This is a fairy tale that we are living in!
Isn't every day a fairy tale? You speak a fairy
So
tale.
this is the biggest shitty journal.
So what do you speak a fairy tale? Help us out here. You speak fairy tale.
You actually speak to the lawyer?
Yeah, can you translate the real stick to
I'm nothing but a simple bard. I'm just along for the journey.
You are a fucking liar.
Yeah, you liar. I'm glad 3.2.
I exaggerate my stories a little bit to make them better.
That's not what I'm talking about.
Richard, he's like, no, I didn't know what asking questions.
You're a liar, you liar.
Well, you're calling me a liar? What are you calling me a liar for, Missy?
Do I just
Call out his self-insert. Destroy self-insert. Do it.
I wouldn't.
Do it.
Emmy would. Carter wouldn't.
Yeah, Emmy would be like, I know you have silver strings.
Missy, I have no reckoning of what you're talking about.
Just point to the loot.
I'm gonna point to it.
So just keep the waving the sword. Wasn't this here about strings? What? Oh,
This is a mess.
my banjo strings are a little shiny, I'll admit. I like to have nice things. Is there something wrong with that?
They look awful. Ah, man, I don't know if I'm gonna show mine.
I wouldn't show yours.
Go on. Go on then.
Can you just put us in the direction of the building?
It's north. We know that.
Well, we know it's north.
If you're not gonna tell us directly, we already know where Nimbus is.
Whoa, hold on a minute. And some of the other sailors on their drip, the other sailors
It's
on the ship,
mad dripped up.
like reach for their weapons.
There's
We
no...
not cleared the air of whether or not you
So
are
here's the thing: are you just
legitimate.
gonna sit here and wait for Nimbus to die? Or are you going to leave and try to help her?
That's why we are here, to take her there and help her.
Right.
Why are you What do you mean she's gone?
Okay, I have a way of tracking items. We were
And at this point, sorry.
We were told about one that would be in her possession. I got a ping earlier, so I know it's on her person. So it's headed this direction. We got here. I just attempted it again. She is now within 1,000 feet of this boat.
And then the guy who we sent to look for Nimbus comes back. Boss man, Nimbus gone. He goes, what?
Oh, people call her Nimby.
I don't have the Zone of Truth spell.
He took his sword,
I wish I did.
like point down so you can like rest his arms on it, and then we are in deep shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Would you like to come with us? We're trying to get
So you can locate Nimbus. Why have you allowed him to be here?
because it's within a limited range, but we weren't
This
sure.
is the last place we knew she was.
How did you know she was here?
We knew she was on the boat because I
Oh.
pinged her on the
So you've
boat.
been tailing us.
We've been attempting to.
He's like a long breath in.
Which is how...
Tailing is a hard word. We can't see you or know exactly where you went. We just kind of stumbled into you, and we were looking for you.
But we did see the warning flare, which is why we came over. Yes, I didn't get the ping, but we were kind of hoping that you guys would have stopped
Or maybe
and gone with her.
Maybe she dropped it in the
So,
ocean.
let's say for a moment that everything you've been telling me is true, and that the world is ending, and that the Nimbus,
Oh, I don't know if
you've
the
been
world
dreaming about
ends,
Nimbus,
but
and she's about to die or whatever. What can you do about it?
Anything is any.
Like that the whole crew
Sorry?
we outnumber you by a significant amount.
we greatly appreciate if you came with us.
We are in no position to go anywhere.
Okay, then you can say.
Me stay here. I'm going to go help my friend.
So you already know what she is then. So why does he
Well, I know everyone died. Everyone died.
Because we thought
Well,
maybe
we're going to
you could
die in
help
the
us.
next.
Because
Like
you're
2
her
days.
crew.
Do you think
We-
I'm now then?
Also, when we came over here, we were kind of... I was under the impression you guys had
The world
docked
was ending.
and had gotten off and gone with her. So that's
Well,
I see your problem.
I'm sure some of my men might be happy to go
If
with
you had-
you, but
if you had
we
to-
still
yeah,
have
if you were
the
a gambling,
situation with
woman.
here.
Would you put odds on the woman or
whole-
not based on how the close are moving?
It's not sinking.
It
Yeah,
stopped.
it stopped pretty bad.
Yeah, it doesn't even look like it's on fire or anything.
It's a large
Yeah,
hole, right?
Yeah, it's pretty
right.
big.
It'd take me a while to fix it.
It would take
Depending on where it is
a
in their rotation.
couple of hours to fix it.
So you think we won't die? Do you think we're fine?
Don't have a couple of hours.
If you die, it's not going to move.
I assume you guys have more signal flares. Hopefully, your other crew would be
Do we know if she took a? Are you guys missing any boats or any like lifeboats or anything?
No, all of our lifeboats are here.
So do I see a glacier pass, or is it literally just this glacier and then open?
Well, on the ice shelf, it looks like someone took a bite out of it like a cookie. That's what you did.
Well, so you guys aren't missing any boats then? Lifeboats then?
Well, I don't think so. Hey, you! Yeah, boss man. Go take the lifeboats. Quick like. Yeah, you got it.
Nimbus, do any of you guys know Nimbus's abilities or anything? If she saved your life, you must have some knowledge.
Do I have an idea of what she can do?
Does she have anything that can manipulate ice or snow or water?
Well, she was taught by the best, Ms. Gorbachinsky. She is more than capable of manipulating ice and snow. In fact, that's kind of her shtick.
Okay, so she could totally take up that chunk of ice that's clearly missing off the glacier. So she could take a chunk of the glacier and move it away.
Well, hypothetically, yes, but she has no reason to leave us.
Unless she's in a hurry.
She's slowed down. And in a hurry.
He jammed his sword into the deck. Oh, anybody here with that girl? I try everything I can to help her, and she still is like, no, Captain Gorbachinsky, I can do it myself. I am big and strong, and you are old and slow.
So, question, why aren't you after her then, if you're also a part of this group, and are after...
You thought she was on the boat still?
No, I meant, why are you not trying to get the information of her mentor?
Gorbachinsky takes a minute, and he's like, just because we are the same organization does not mean we have the same motivation. Nimbus has been a long and loyal member of my crew. My crew comes before anything else.
I can sympathize with that.
What was she doing for those 2 years then?
Or empathize, I guess I mean.
2 years? She was tracking down some members of some mineral mafia and killing them.
Wow. So she
wasn't...
So do you remember the mineral mafia way up here?
Well, they kind of live around the mountain region towards the west, but she was taking some time off because it's a long story.
This is their idea of relaxing and taking time off?
Killing mafia members?
No. Like, she's taking time off from killing mafia
She
members.
was, and then she did the mafia thing after.
Oh.
Well, I don't know. She's kind of been... She just came back, alright? We don't really know. She just said, will you help me do this? It's important to me. And I said, yes, Nimbus, you are like a daughter to me, except I pay you when you work for me. So, we were with her.
Doesn't seem all that wise.
No, it wasn't. He kind of like, what's all about? I didn't need you to tell me that.
Well, it seems clear that fate brought us together here. Meet each other and be able to exchange information.
Take this, take that. Ah!
It was on my boat.
I suppose we should continue north.
You can do what you want. You're not part of my crew. I no longer believe you are to be a big threat because all of you can barely form a complete thought together.
Thank you.
I got a lot going on, man. I'm still a fucking child.
Hey, he's right though.
I'm just going to warn you. If you don't want to die a stupid death, turn back now. There is more danger than just the sea that way,
I
okay?
think we are going to die, and especially with all these warnings we're getting. Maybe you're right. We may not die from the moon, but I think it's more likely that we are going to die.
Stupid death is fitting of a smart man.
Seriously, you don't think the moon looks any bigger?
How could it be worse?
It's just full. 2 days in a row.
And larger the second time.
It's just fuller. It just had a good meal.
I would like to keep moving.
Look, all I'm telling you is that, why is he southern now? When did the transition happen? All I'm trying to tell you is that, there's more than hypothermia and storms that way.
We know.
Okay.
We do?
You know, you're cool.
Wait, we know? Wait, what do we know?
There's rumors that this location that we saw in his Vision. Her vision, sorry.
Asshole.
So we saw her vision. The name sounds a little familiar, although I've heard it pronounced a little differently, of there being some treacherous creatures living around and in the area, but all just rumors.
Gorbaczynski nods. And it does not say anything.
Alright.
Can we keep going?
Let's get paid.
Here comes the money.
Also, Carter is fully under the impression that y'all will turn around whenever you're just like, fuck it, I'm out of here, since you guys are being paid.
We're only going to turn 2.
No, that's not his problem.
Right, so you said that, we're covered room and board, right? And, Carter now says, well, transport is not under room and board.
During the application, you had to click or check the box that says you have the ample way to.
Transport does not cover room and board unless the room and board is the transport.
Yeah, y'all don't have to be here.
Bull.
I was last one in there, so that would have been me.
Fuck.
Take a bite.
No, don't say that.
What does your shit look like?
I don't know.
You don't look at your shit before you flush?
No.
Well, I guess you didn't flush this time. So.
I don't know. I'm pretty sure my fly was down for a majority of last night, by the way.
I'm proud.
Easier pissing that way.
I just remember at one point I was like, my fly's down. Like, I wasn't even like thinking, like, I didn't like check. I didn't even look. I was just like, wait, my fly's down. And then I fixed it, and I was like, when was the last time you used the bathroom? Why was my fly down?
Normal shite. Wait, y'all could stay on this boat if you really want.
Yeah, would you just do a trade-in real quick?
Trade in. Well, fuck that. Carter is more than willing to die for this cause. He always is.
I mean, you hasn't explained yet.
He's just a history teacher, man. He wants to do cool shit.
He wants to be part of the history book?
Exactly. You've discovered half his motivation.
You have a white person desire.
My white person desire?
A big part of the history book.
What are we talking about?
Well, I mentioned how it was like, Carter's willing to die for this. He's just a history teacher that likes to do cool shit.
And then I said,
This white people desire?
Yeah.
White Felix? Jamie's heart?
No,
A white person desire.
The white person desires to be remembered forever in a history book.
To be part of the history book? Of course.
Is that not normal?
That's a white person desire.
Gabe has that desire.
Yeah,
I have that
white.
desire. I would love to be, like, positively remembered.
The North Koreans are all white.
Excited.
But I have that desire.
When you said white, I feel like I got punched in the face.
What's
White!
Publicity is publicity.
Yeah.
All publicity is good publicity, yeah.
White person does that.
I'd like to be remembered in a history book. Fuck yeah.
This isn't, like, hurricane enough for me. Or my tearing winds.
Just put a fan next to, on the microphone, and the recording will have that effect.
Eliminate insomnia to fall asleep fast with terrible hurricane and powerful thunder noises. Yes, thank you. I just
That's so
This is how I'm going to cure my insomnia.
I hope there's a video out there called "Cure Your Insomnia with These Emergency Sirens."
What's that country that sounds like?
Have you guys heard the German emergency siren?
What is
Dubstep.
I saw a video that's like all of the countries like in the world emergency sirens right by how cool they are.
Yeah.
And, like some of them are so weak ass, bro. It's like bang 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 bang.
Yeah. German is
Maybe all of the tornado sirens are the best sirens.
So
I want to be warned. thoroughly.
You all are sailing further northward, correct?
Yes, sir.
As you get farther away from the Meridian, the beautiful night sky, which had already been partially clouded over, begins to darken, like someone has pulled a dark curtain across the sky. Low, fat, and dark storm clouds are kind of gathering above you now. You see little spear points of lightning lighting up corners of the sky.
It started raining, I'm guessing.
Yeah, in torrents. It's like getting whipped in the face, because the wind is terribly strong as well. Do you all do anything, or do you wait for time to pass?
I think we keep going. Tie ourselves to the boat.
Well, I actually should have asked. I would have asked while we were there, actually. How long ago did they crash?
They said it was about an hour ago.
Okay. We can go slowly if we need to.
I think
There's no way an iceberg outpaces the boat. Right?
fair. Yeah, I mean, we can slow down. I'd prefer to be able to keep moving, but slow and steady wins the race.
I thought it was slow. No, that's
I thought it was slow.
Steady.
I was going to say slow and slutty.
That's harder.
Slow is steady, steady is fast. I mean, slow is fast.
Carter on the weekend, just
Carter,
slow and slutty.
Carter plays strip poker, and when he does, he undoes one top part of his tie, and then every time he loses, he takes another piece of the tie, undoes another part of the tie, and then when he's done with the tie, he's out.
Yep.
Like, this is too embarrassing. I'm not even good enough.
That's true. No, the tie gets out, and then, because he's a little scandalous, he'll undo the top button. That's when it's over.
So
He's like, oh, strip poker doesn't work button by button?
Button by button? You're telling me? Well, I can't go past the third button. That's where the vest comes in. So, clearly I'm out.
He starts undoing the best button.
He unbuttons the pocket.
takes off his glasses.
Carter doesn't wear glasses. He has excellent vision.
Is what he tells himself before he puts on his
My eyesight
before he puts on his 1328 glasses.
12.
I take pride in knowing that everybody will have to wear glasses someday.
Copium. I'll kill myself right now and never have to wear glasses.
Damn.
I hope he was outside the suicide pact with you. I'm down.
That escalated so quickly. Oh my god.
You are way too surprised.
My sister's become like a LASIK evangelist ever since she got LASIK.
It's a good procedure.
I would be too, if it works.
You shouldn't get it unless you really need it.
You should get it.
Because it's like any procedure where it's kind of unnecessary.
You should get it though.
I know one of the guys at ROTC who had these like thick glasses.
Yeah.
He was like, before I get deployed, I'm gonna get LASIK. Because he doesn't want to have to go get deployed into the field and then be like, oh fuck, I lost my glasses, and then he can't fight.
Gabe, I would never lie in your face, so can you leave the room for a second?
Why?
I need to leave the room.
Just like close your eyes for a minute.
Okay, his glasses are fucking dumb, right?
The concept is his
He
glasses.
said he wouldn't lie to your face, so that's
Wow.
why that's a lie anyway, so he thinks your glasses are dope as shit.
That's what I'm hearing.
Okay. So we let time pass, yeah?
Yeah. No.
Is that a yes from the team?
I guess, yeah.
I don't want to move at a normal
Snail
pace.
pace.
Why are there ads on my list?
Not a snail pace. I was gonna say I thought we were making breakneck pace right now, and I was gonna say we're just going normal pace.
Yeah. Works for me.
We're not going dangerously quickly. We're just going at a normal speed.
What are your guys' faster perceptions?
20?
Mine is 13. Fang is 19.
19.
Fang is as perceptive as you.
So, Car's as perceptive as a dog, which is actually quite perceptive. Dogs are very perceptive creatures.
Well, this dog is.
And they're dumb!
And
Don't you dare say that.
stupid.
I'm a cat person.
Hey, you know what? Fang has the lowest intelligence of any character that we've met. Even Kenshi, somehow.
You said yours was 18, Robin? So, Robin?
17.
17. Okay. Anyone with a passive perception of 17 or higher, you see something moving within the clouds.
What is it saying?
Dog.
Well, he can understand me. I can very vaguely understand him. Do I get to where he's trying to gesture?
It was like a node point.
Yeah.
There's a shape moving in the clouds.
I shoot it.
Does Fang understand at least one language?
Does Fang understand?
Yes. He understands all languages I do.
I can speak with him. Telepathy. Your alien knowledge gives you the ability to touch the minds of other creatures. You can telepathically speak to any creature you can see within 30 feet. You don't need to share a language with the creature for it to understand your telepathic utterances, but the creature must be able to understand at least one language.
Okay.
But it cannot respond to you.
No, it can.
Oh, it can?
It says you can speak with.
Well, speaking...
Is this the spell telepathy, or is this Great Old One telepathy?
This is
Great Old
Warlock feature Awakens Mind.
Yeah, Great Old One specifically, you only talk to people.
Yeah.
There are various tiers of telepathy in D&D, and they vary in how much communication you can have with them.
Gulak is one way.
Yeah.
No one in school called it Gulak. Yes.
Oh, so I can only speak to them. They
Yeah.
can't speak back.
Unfortunately not. There are ways you could establish
Like the telepathy spell?
yeah, like various telepathic bonds, which I think is a warlock spell for you because you are Gulak.
What do you see, boy? What do you see?
Okay, big bummer.
I mean, unless you silently talk to Emmy here, well,
Sure.
then you can give her advice on what to say.
Never mind. You hear a sound. In between crashes of thunder, you hear a sound that sounds like someone took an electric guitar and hit a wall with it. If that makes sense. It's like this choke electric screech.
You could do detect thoughts on it if you wanted to do that. You can talk to it and then surface thoughts would come up.
It's fine.
You seem incredibly sad that you can't talk to
I was really hoping I would be able to.
You can essentially talk to it with detect thoughts.
It's alright. Do I have any recollection of what a creature like this could be?
Well, you can't really see anything beyond the silhouette at this point. It's still pretty distant.
But that's a very distinct sound. Would that not spike anything?
Well, does your book have sounds in it?
It's an audiobook. What does the silhouette look like?
It's hard to tell without a check, of course.
Okay, perception
I missed. Not even that big. 17 plus 9.
It is something that is very pointy and has a large wingspan.
Derek is great at handling these.
Old Yonkin was pretty good too.
Derek is on our crew.
No, you left it at the tavern.
Shit!
Yeah.
It's getting closer.
Of course it is.
Quickly, everyone, hi. Maybe we'll take some abandoned boat.
Okay, yeah, no, that's right. Everyone get under deck. Let's see if it ignores us. It's worth a shot.
Do you actually do that? I'm trying to tell this is a joke or not. Do you actually do it?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think it's smart.
Roll your stealth check.
I will cast Pass Without a Trace.
Oh my god, what the fuck? I'm going to...
Oh my god, what the fuck?
Oh my god, what the fuck? A 3 and a 4.
Well, maybe you roll a 5.
No, I already rolled a 5.
I cast Pass Without a Trace.
Raw.
Oh wait, I have disadvantage on stealth check because of my armor. So with Pass Without Trace, I get a 22.
Or what?
Fang.
So with Pass Without Trace, I get 30.
Oh what?
Fang gets a 28.
29.
Let me roll for DOS crewmen then.
They all get passed without trace.
I know. It's passed without trace. There's no A.
Really? That's kind of dumb.
No. It's grammatically correct.
You know how I feel about it.
Pass without a fucking trace. There, grammatically correct.
Okay.
So you got
29.
30, 22, and Emily was 19, 22?
Fang is 28.
Okay.
Fang gives us a majority option for group checks.
You will go underneath the ship. It's very crowded. Because it's mostly cargo and it's a small ship. You're given like a period of silence that feels too long. You know how it is when you're like, you guys ever do tornado drills as a kid?
Yeah.
Where you're underneath that sink and it's dark and you're like huddled up underneath your chest and it just feels like it takes forever. That's the kind of mood that's within the ship right now. There's the kid next to you complaining that he's in the stall. Yeah, it's very quiet. You're all like huddled together in silence as the rain keeps beating down on the deck of the ship. At first, you're not sure if it's thunder or more rain beating down the ship, but it becomes certain later that there is a distinctive sound of something heavy taking footsteps on the deck of the ship. And there's this like scraping, dragging sound of it. So.
Shoot it.
Don't shoot it.
Lightning strikes nearby. It's loud. You feel like the thunder is going to burst your ears open. Scraping and dragging. It's getting closer. Clank. 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 A shadow is cast over the entryway to the bottom part of the ship. Something tall. Something pointy. Something with large, broad shoulders. Are they shoulders? They might be wings. You're not sure. Clank. Clank. Is there a hatch to this ship? I think so. Would you have left it open or would you have left it closed?
Closed.
Okay. You don't see a shadow then. Obviously.
We see a shadow through with our X-ray vision.
Those of you who are underneath the deck of the ship, you see something long, curled, and jagged, slipped between the part of the door, and like between the sides of the hatch. Kind of like feel around for a latch. It finds a latch.
I shoot it.
You shoot it?
No, please. Please don't. Please don't.
Please don't.
Please don't.
We're so close.
Please don't.
I
Prepare an attack action. Or if it like somehow fully.
He's going to try and usher everyone to the front. Like, I'm assuming. Can we hear where it's stepping?
You see the finger through the hatch.
No, but can we hear exactly where the footsteps are?
Yeah.
Okay. Can I usher everyone to go directly underneath and behind it, where it would be behind the hatch?
I will let you make a persuasion check because you're doing this stuff.
Yeah. Hey.
Okay.
Silence the recipe boy.
I'm going to try to interpret what he says and then tell it to the rest of the crew.
Alright.
To follow him as he keeps it like this.
I'm basically just doing a big shoving motion. My charisma.
Prepare attack actions for it coming down, but we might be able to
quickly catch on to what he's throwing down. He wants you underneath.
So that way when it looks down, it only sees an empty. It sees an empty hole.
And then I will quickly relay that.
There's like a moment of surprise because they didn't know you were telepathic. And then they all kind of nod. They all they all gather underneath where it's standing. That finger is still searching for a latch. It kind of finds when it starts to try to curl around it, but it can't quite catch. And you see the finger withdraw for a moment. A second later, like a heartbeat later, the whole hand plunges through the door. You see fingers curl around it, splitting through the wood
and it gets torn off its hinges. You see it get like tossed away into the distance.
Does it look like a talon or like a hand?
5 talons on it.
Okay.
Now there is a shadow being cast into the other side of the ship. Something tall, something with broad, pointed shoulders.
Something wicked.
Something that's wicked beside powers.
2 points of light, red on a jagged face, with a long beak that almost looks like a bird's, peers down into the. Did you prepare the second?
Yeah, I'm prepared.
What's your trigger?
Its
you see
head
it-
pops down. I'm shooting right there.
Please, no.
You did this ahead of time. When you see it, are you shooting it, or when it like makes?
When it notices us.
Yeah, when it notices. It's Robin.
We can tell. We can talk to her though.
You can barely talk.
I would just like please
We see her
please wait for it like acknowledging us and like attacking us. We have a chance of getting through this without having to put anybody in danger.
What is your trigger, Robin?
I'll wait for it to look our way.
When it looks your way.
Wait for it to like aggressively move
This
towards
is Robin's decision.
When it looks our way.
Oh no.
We rolled so high on stealth, it might not notice us. It also totally might. We're just fucked into a fight anyways.
You see it.
I want to shoot it right in the eye.
Shoot right in the eye. Okay. You see the creature's head poke down. Another powerful taloned hand gripping the side of the hatch, almost like tearing it apart. But you see like a thick, bristly neck pokes into the face.
Are its eyes creating light, or are they just...
They are creating light. They're like red floodlights.
Can I tell that this thing is mechanical?
You can't tell.
Okay.
It's too dark. It's too stormy. These 2 red floodlights begin to scan the underside of the ship. Are you all behind something, or are you just standing in the open where...
If we can be behind like crates or...
I
you
thought-
said there was storage down
Yeah,
here making it
there is.
crowded.
But you had pulled everybody to a position underneath where it was standing,
Yeah.
which was in the middle.
I don't...
So are you scattering to hide, or are you staying underneath it?
I thought it was here. So I'm going to kind of map out what I thought was here. I thought the creature was here. The hatch was here,
Yes.
and then the hole was like a big circle. I was going to have everyone be on this half behind of it, so that way when it looked down, it would see this.
Yes, I know what you're saying.
Position.
Yeah.
So
Is there not enough crates in this back half to have everyone hide behind?
There could be hiding behind there. Yes.
We would have tried to hide because the goal wasn't to stand underneath it for sound. The goal was to be on the opposite side for vision.
Yeah. But
So we would have tried to hide.
Yeah, as much cover as we can get, and if there's not enough cover, then we'd be standing in the open.
yes. Okay, I get it. The 2 red floodlights begin to scan the room. Emmy, you're behind a barrel. You see a red glow kind of wrap around the barrel you're standing behind. What do you do?
I don't do shit. I don't move. I make my... What type? Without a trace though, right?
Well, how scattered is the party? Because there's not enough cover.
I think
There's not enough space for 9 people to be like
What's the space? What's the distance on?
10 by 10. 10 for radius.
30 foot.
30 feet?
30 feet.
Oh,
I thought.
Each creature within 30 feet of you.
huh. Curious.
You're fine. You're fine. You're a Dex character. You told him to presidency himself. It would be a very foolish if you take a Dex character.
Well,
Why you take presidency himself?
Let me know when you want to fire, Robin. Okay.
When it looks at me.
Just, I'm going to be describing
Only
things.
a 16.
Let me know if you decide to fire.
Okay.
Fuck the trigger. I'm going to be describing some stuff. Just shout fire if you do it, okay?
Fire! Without a trace, I got a 16.
You have passed that trace. 30
So
feet.
it's
to
26.
The boat's not yet. The boat is not.
It's small.
The baby's boat.
You hear heavy footsteps clank.
Oh, is it on our floor now?
Well, actually, so there's a thud, and the ship begins to like, what's the word?
Jostle.
Yeah, that's not the word I'm thinking of. That word. It begins to tilt side to side as something heavy lands on the other side of the deck. Straight, clank, clank, straight. A large talon hand grabs the barrel that you are hiding behind, and something shiny and dark, cranes a neck over the barrel that you're hiding behind, and you see 2 red points of light cast floodlights.
Right in front of me?
Yes. Over you. You are like
Can you grab onto the back of the barrel?
Basically underneath the barrel at this point. Like, that's how prone and flat to the ground you are. Lights scanning the rest of the room. Carter, you're behind a crate. You can see the light cutting past the corner of the crate, and it is just about, like, you're up against the wall, so you do not have a lot of room. Like, your toes are almost sticking out into this red
If it didn't see Emmy, it won't see you. Come on.
Do you do anything?
Okay.
If you don't, just roll another stealth check.
Trying to think if this would. So, can I use prestidigitation? It says that I can make a color an object.
What are the components of the spell? That's what you need to look at.
Semantic.
Okay.
Semantic, sorry.
Semantic.
They're not semantic,
my goal would be to try and, since I'm wearing solid black.
You're doing a thing where you throw like a bottle in an alley and then
No. I was going to color my face to match the deck behind me.
Okay.
To try and like camouflage with the boat.
So I'll have you can make a spell casting check with pass without trace as bonus, or you can roll stealth at advantage.
I'll do spell check. So that's going to be 40.
Wait, did spell check benefit from pass without trace?
I said it.
Oh, okay.
So 30 plus 6, so that is a 40.
This creature that's so craning over Emily turns its head around your crate, and you see the red lights like scan across you. You see, you're holding your breath. He goes up and then down. It opens the beak-like structure. It's on its head, and it makes something like a raven cawing, but it's like you fed it through an electric amp. It's like choked. It's like garbles. Like. That sounds goofy.
It's like when the adult checkout line. Yeah, that's how you're
But you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Do you do anything when it makes that sound?
No.
It leans back. It throws the barrel that you're behind, Emmy, across the room.
Okay, I'm ready to shoot.
You're firing now?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think we were gonna get through.
Are you sure?
They just threw the barrel!
No, he hasn't done it yet.
She hasn't seen him though.
He hasn't seen me yet.
Fire if you want.
I'll give you one more chance.
She has no cover, but she hasn't been seen.
It throws the barrel across the room, and I'm giving you one more stealth check at disadvantage.
Oh, come on, man.
Got this. Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Okay, that's 20, 30 plus 9, 32.
You quickly, like, slide, like, on your fingers and toes, like, on top of Carter behind the crate that he's behind. It pauses a moment after, like, the barrel falls apart. It makes that sound again. It takes another look across the room. And this time, it grabs a barrel that one of the crewmates is behind. Does anybody do anything? It leans over the barrel. It scans some crates, one of which you are behind, Robin. Roll stealth check.
It is another 31.
It makes that strange, distorted, like, garbled, cawing sound again. But this time it sounds almost like disappointed. It leans back from the barrel it's standing on. You see it, like, kind of shake its shoulders, and its wings kind of bristle out a little bit so that they're fuller and, like, not so compact. It sort of, like, hunched over, gauntly walks towards the hatch again, reaches up, grabs the side of the hatch, bursts through the underside of the boat, flies away tonight.
And now I can tell everything's mechanical, right? No, it's not. It isn't.
No.
Augmented. It was at least augmented. Or just like
It's hard to tell. The only light source was from, like, what scant light was coming through the hatch and the red eyes.
I'm inferring it's mechanical from metal scraping, electric sounding cry, and red floodlights for eyes.
It's gone. You think?
Poke her head out.
Do you all like stay there for a
I'm
while?
surprised they didn't tear the boat in half. Who wasn't surprised?
I individually ask every person to sit for a few minutes. How damaged is the boat?
It's not that bad.
It's not that bad. How big is
It
this
looks
thing?
like-
I have no...
It's about 10 by 10 feet.
Okay.
Which is, it doesn't seem that large in DC terms, but in real life, that's fucking huge.
No, in real life that's huge.
Yeah.
That's like fucking that doorway. Or the
No, that's standard height for most American rooms is like 8 feet. So it's probably slightly taller than this room, and a little wider than it. If you can imagine a square like that.
Mm-hmm.
So.
This is how Carter is positioned. He's up against
How long do you
the wall.
wait before you do anything?
5 minutes.
I'd say like a minute.
You can wait a minute. Carter's waiting 5 minutes.
Because we gotta get back in and navigate the boat.
After a minute, Captain Jalansky.
Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna talk.
Okay.
He like cuts himself off.
What the fuck was that?
I don't know, laddie.
Hey, you got 2 good stories.
Oh my god, thank you everybody for cooperating.
I was about to get
Jiggy with it.
killed by whatever that was.
I appreciate everybody for being patient. I know I'm not the patient one, but I appreciate it. Alright, let's go. Let's keep going.
Moving on.
Robin,
Carter takes a minute before getting
Robin shoots you.
It was a fucking 40, what can you say
that was like the self-checkout line. Just not misidentifying an item.
He goes over, you hear the scan code.
No, it's like when you're scanning an item over and over again, but it's not registering at all.
Yeah.
It is not acknowledging that you are scanning.
I first station to turn myself into the barcode.
Yeah.
Barcode.
Come on, that cry was it saying, please ask for an employee to help with the self-checkout line.
Oh my god. I'm so glad that worked. Holy fuck.
Lucked out.
Those are some very high DCs, but you all rolled. Well, Pat without trace is doing a lot of heavy lifting there, to be entirely honest with you.
Can you say the name of the creature at least?
Is it the one with
I'm trying to think if Emmy would have dreamed about this or not. She wasn't there.
Oh wait, it's
No.
not like Shrike or whatever?
Yeah.
It's a Shrike.
Shrike.
It's the Shrike, technically.
As dirt, yeah, that's what the lore hunter they're looking at. I was looking for, right?
Thank you so much. Carter, physically walks over and goes, thank you for being patient. I really appreciate it. I didn't want to fight that thing.
Your magic saved our lives.
Yeah, especially when you were in the underside of the boat and you were pretty much forward.
Magic.
My magic.
I get far enough without it.
Sure.
Carter's face still looks like a board of wood.
Wait,
I wipe it off.
how do you talk to people with your mind?
It is like the weirdest backwards headache is the only way I can explain it.
But how do you learn to do it?
I have had plenty of different teachers and a lot of research into things I probably shouldn't. Yeah, if I'm honest.
Alright.
I'm a historian, so you find crazy stuff. Some of it's weird. I can't explain it other than it being like choosing to give yourself a headache, and then you can speak to somebody. I don't have any other way to spell it out for you. Shall I get going?
Captain Jalansky, well.
That was certainly exciting.
My heart was racing. That was fantastic.
Hey, Colonel, it's our down payment for this ship.
It's covered.
To cover that damage.
If not, that's a problem.
That cargo isn't ours, right?
I think all of the cargo is just like rations.
Yeah, it's just like hard cash. You take
some spare wood and nails.
Bottle, crack open and there's water all over the floor now.
Some spare like wooded nails.
Careful, guys. Let me put a wood sign there.
Alright, once we get moving, obviously I can't put the door back, but I'm going to mend the like broken pieces so there's not just a bunch of jagged, sharp wood sticking out.
Gotcha.
Is the hatch still on the boat, or is it tossed?
No, that was gone.
He tossed one half of the hatch into the water, and the rest of it fell apart, and he jumped upwards through the...
Okay, I will try to repair whatever's still
It's
there.
a smithereens.
You can smooth some of the edges. That's the goal, is smoothing it over.
I can help you out with my carpenter tools.
Cool. I'll just try to smooth it over so we're not like
Transformers.
Yeah.
cutting ourselves trying to crawl out.
Should start playing the steal it from the Prowler.
That's from his
what's
dad.
your dad? Yeah.
Oh yeah, his dad's dead, so he needs a replacement, obviously.
So Thelonious, have you ever heard of that creature?
Also, we don't know that
clue what that is.
Okay. Thank you for being quiet. I feel like I should thank everybody personally. I won't, but I feel like I should.
Fate designated that we would not die there.
I designated that we would not die there.
Well, fate designated that you would allow it.
Are we moving? Okay.
Well, believe it or not, that was supposed to be longer of an encounter.
Sickness.
Really? What tells you that?
Sorry, not sorry.
So...
Game, I've designed a character that's trying to avoid combat.
You continue the rest of your journey.
I didn't even mean that as a serious suggestion, by the way. That was entirely RP.
No, that was like, you said it as I was like, Carter was trying to think of how we could hide, and then you said that was fantastic. Somebody else was on the same page.
It could smell you all.
It could smell us all.
But its eyesight is very poor.
It wasn't thinking. It must have thought, oh, I must have smelled the food here instead.
Yeah. Yes.
It must have a lot of raw meat.
Raw meat. No, I feel like I've made it pretty clear, especially with every interaction we've had. Carter does not want to fight anybody.
Until he does, and then he threatens someone's life.
Yes. No, he 100% will.
Carter is binary.
Carter is kind of binary. When the tide is on, we are all talk, all business. When the tide comes off, I will murder you and then continue with what I was doing.
I will murder you and use your intestines as my new tide.
Carter, are you still like ritual casting like the object at like pretty much every opportunity you get?
Yeah. Whenever I can. So trying to still help guide with whatever limited vision I have, but then yes. So kind of going back and forth.
I'm going to ritual cast water walk and water breathing. Water breathing lasts 24 hours, so you keep refreshing that, but I'm going to keep refreshing water walk.
Water walk's an hour, right?
An hour. So every 50 minutes I'll do it.
So when I say the rest of your journey commences uneventfully, that is not to say that there is still not danger or peril that occurs, but it's nothing you've not dealt with up to this point. So there are still lots of ice flows in the way, there's still lots of big waves, there's still lots of, oh, scary! But,
no Shrike.
Yeah. No more Shrike.
I just want to cut you off for a second and applaud that whole thing, the way you were, I don't know, your detail and description was excellent.
I felt that it needed to be very intimately close
And
to you.
intention.
It was
crawling over him.
It was fantastic.
You guys on our knees begging Ren not to shoot her.
Yeah.
I'm glad you
I was so tense and it wasn't being helped by one of my members being totally happy. I'm doing something!
By the way, that plan failed with Kenji. He fucking fights that thing the moment it comes down on.
I know. Also, 25 would have strung by now. He is not this patient.
You finally get out of the storm,
which you're now kind of wondering if that was a natural storm or not. And you see that the fucking stew of the ocean, the chunks are gone. You got out of the ice field. Now it's just mostly smooth and kind of choppy water still, but
very bearable.
yeah, it's sailable, and a large sort of egg-shaped thing in the distance, which rapidly becomes more visible as you approach. It appears to be an ancient set of ruins encased by hides. How cool is this?
Is that the place?
I think
So you're the one who saw the vision, right? By the way, did I see the hags doing anything specific with his hand at all?
I mean, you would have seen them reaching for her hand and putting it to her chest, but you wouldn't have seen the hand itself.
Yeah. I was wondering if I saw her doing anything specific, like the hand reading or whatever.
No.
I looked. Did it like heal with like a little bit of silver like coloring, or does it look like a normal like cut now?
There's a little, like, kind of metallic gray scab.
What the fuck?
That could be a bruise if you didn't squint too hard.
Interesting.
Does this look like the...
It's very small. It was just like a paper cut.
Does this look like the building we saw?
There were your voice. It's the building.
It's a building!
I like when he goes narrator voice when he is the narrator.
I'll have to clarify.
Oh, thank you.
You're looking at this pinging. Something inside of the structure.
Where exactly inside the structure?
Unfortunately, it is 999 feet away, so I can only tell you it's in the building. Inside the structure, though. So we move.
I imagine like Nimbus is like barely 1,000 feet away, so that she takes a couple steps, gets out of range, you kind of like constant ping going on and off in your mind. Like,
you get the sense of a direction, right?
It's a compass.
You get some exact location within 1,000 feet.
Yeah. And if it's moving, I get the direction it's moving.
Okay. You all kind of wrap around the ice structure until you find a massive cave entrance. Not a cave, you know. Captain Jalansky throws down the anchor, and he's like,
I'll be waiting for you, but I'm not waiting too long. You got it? You take any longer than 24 hours, and we're making our getaway.
I appreciate it and would expect you to do so. Thank you for getting us this far.
he shakes your hand.
You must appreciate it. Fake guy.
Thelonious Frog actually follows you as you exit the ship. I'm not gonna find anything. I just want to see inside.
Okay.
If you tell a story, they expect a cut.
I don't earn that much money for my stories, and besides, that's not what stories are about.
You don't earn much money.
You know he just makes those stories up, right?
Exaggerate. It's called exaggerate.
If he made the stories up, why would he want to be here?
You gotta
get inspiration somewhere.
You gotta embellish the details, or else nobody wants to listen to it. All right.
He throws some details from all his little expliques.
You got a story for us here?
I already told you the story that I deemed relevant for you to hear.
Well, do you only have one story that's relevant to all of us together, then?
Thelonious looks at you and he goes, he doesn't get it. He doesn't get it. He doesn't get it.
This is like asking an artist to paint you.
What?
And she would.
You know? You can't just put you in a story.
Is he like genuinely confused this one? Like, what? Huh?
Don't worry about it, bud.
Wait, was that story supposed to mean something? I thought it was just entertaining.
Face palm.
It's the fucking the room of people.
Face palm like through.
You're a bard. You entertain us. I thought you introduced yourself. And that was your job.
Bards don't have to do shit.
Bards are supposed to entertain. They're supposed to tell the story afterwards. He's here to observe and enjoy. And then if we somehow survive this,
enjoy. He kind of said sourly.
well, if we survive this, he can tell people how cool shit was.
Well, I was gonna do that rather not you survived anyway.
No,
I said if
he survived. If you survive this.
firearms and silver loot, especially now that he's mentioned it. Either.
But I didn't even point it out to
Well,
me.
he said, you have a fucking silver string in your loot. And that would have...
Oh, she... Oh, you mean her. Okay, yeah.
Have I taken notice of it yet?
Yeah.
Yeah,
The strings are definitely silver.
Okay.
Don't be sorry. That's Gabe talking.
Narrator voice.
I
Be
don't
sorry.
I like him as a character, but he also annoys me.
It's just Gabe.
You and Zeke have the secret motivation to kill all silver string holders.
What?
Do you
I'm
enter
just kidding.
into Rimevale?
That's a funny joke, right?
Dim.
Commit war
Blue
crime.
light.
I'm just kidding.
Well, actually, it's nighttime still, so it's very dark. Does anyone have any lights?
I can see, but
Yeah.
I can cast light.
I'm going to use my seeing dark vision dog.
Does any... So, okay, we're getting light and we're getting dark. Okay. You kind of like hold up your lights and you watch as like the rays kind of cut through the darkness, giving you little portions of the room at a time.
Why are you forming a constellation on the wall? Just make a whole ass light.
I like to draw.
Well, the room is massive, so if you do like a circle around you, you're not going to see shit.
Yes. So I kind of flavored it for you there. Your lights were making constellation of the wall, like one of those toys at night.
That'd be great. It's actually like the turtle shell where it's a light in top with the plastic, so a bunch of stars, so like it looks like a night sky.
It looks like someone had taken a collection of old ruins, like put them in a cup and choked them so that all the pieces broke apart and were scattered, and then encased them in epoxy or ice. So what you've got is essentially this, what looks like it may have been a temple at one point. It's broken and just shattered into pieces, and all of them are at odd angles and weird places suspended within the ice, except for one base portion, which forms like a causeway with pillars and a large staircase upwards, and then at some sort of platform or dais that you can't see from your current perspective. Throughout all of this cavern, you see what looks like thick black webbing, almost like a braided cord made of many strands spun together. It's suspended in them are little jagged pieces of reflective silver. They almost look like teeth from certain angles. What do you do?
I'm going to be observing the objects encased in ice.
The rune structure?
Yeah.
It looks like ancient stonework that somehow was iced over by the ice.
Does any of my knowledge of history or religion indicate any symbology or archaeology?
You may roll a check if you desire, and I'll tell you information based on what check it is.
I'll do religion first and then history second. Religion is a...
I'll let you do one, because we don't got it. I'm not going to sit here and just exposit all day.
Religion is a 23.
Religion's a 23. You recognize old face spinner symbology, like barbaric and crude. Face spinner religion is very old. It is older, or as old as Phelan, most people think. And this is like ancient before ancient shit. Like we're talking like not within the past thousands upon thousands of years. So old that people barely know anything about it.
You can like take out a notebook and try and draw any symbology, like try and make notes of what's around him actually here.
Okay.
Which is like the first time any of you guys have seen like take proper notes.
Carter's having a fucking heyday and trying to control himself, knowing that he needs to be trying to look for a person, not here to just study this place.
Do you consult the compass?
Yes.
You'd say like that compass?
Well, yeah.
About where Nimbus is?
Well, I have to know where to come and then where it is. So.
Yeah, in that order.
Yeah. We're the cell components.
Locate objects like you that she's at the top of this base temple structure.
Okay, I want to inspect the cords before I go up the stairs.
Alright. Investigation or whatever, I don't know. You make the skill argument, I give the answer.
Right, so I would like to, you can argue if it's investigation or preferably insight, you said that the silver almost looks like teeth. I'm trying to identify if it is like organic or something akin to a spider web, opposed to being like construction wire that's holding things together.
I would call this investigation.
Then I'm going to also use my
Select powers.
Omen of Wheel to add a d6 to this.
I'm gonna like think.
Three more. Okay, so that's going to be a total plus 5, 7, plus 9, 16.
The jagged bits of silver, you get close. Like some of them are serrated, like they are uncannily resembling of teeth or claws. A nail structure of some organic kind, and following that organic idea of the formation of these is like totally chaotic. You think that some of them might be load bearing, but you're not sure that it's purposeful.
I think it's organic. And then I'm going to cast Detect Magic.
Detect magic. That is a ritual spell.
I can cast it at will.
You can cast it at action as well.
I'd say.
I can just free cast it as Warlock.
You really put me on the spot here. Is this magic or is it not? What is magic?
It is anything.
Arthur has a very good paper on that.
It is anything in 30 feet. So this whole building is magic, and I just get a headache.
This place definitely stinks of
Okay.
magic, but it would not really follow a school of any kind, because I know the spell specifies you in school. I would call this schoolless magic.
Okay.
Schoolless magic.
That's fine.
And it's not necessarily tied directly to the weird webbing structure. It's just like, the whole place is like,
Just radiating.
it reeks of it, yeah.
But
Like an ancient and storied past of several magical events probably happened here. Or they're not related to the webbing, but does.
Do these silver fangs look reminiscent of the fangs that crushed his... Or actually, we didn't see what crushed his thing, right?
I mean, it kind of like bursted out of the pot. So
But we didn't see the imagery of the thing crashing down.
No, you just saw the pillar of smoke.
okay.
Yeah.
What do you got for that?
So I was like, okay, I keep saying assistance in a shitty French accent because it's funny. That's actually what assistance is in French, is assistance.
Oh, that's the... Okay, we're not talking about this. We're playing music.
No, I just think
Okay,
it's funny that I was actually speaking French.
It's not a rolling.
I'm going to start making my way up the stairs.
Hey, recognize the teeth, please.
Are you asking? Because you didn't know that they were...
Recognize
I can't. Robert is asking you.
Do I recognize anything?
Roll insight.
Insight. So wisdom?
The tower.
So wisdom.
That's efficiency of your proficient.
How big is this room?
Massive.
So now the 20-foot cube.
No, it's not a 20-foot cube, Brad.
That's a 4.
That's a 4.
I've been rolling really shit.
I'll give you advantage just because I feel like you need it. Like cold music, just to get a win here.
10.
Yeah, that's high enough. They look eerily similar. And in fact, now that you're like kind of walked into this room, something here feels electric. Like all your hairs, you're a hairless creature, but if you had hair, they would always stand up.
All my little fucking skin follicles are
Yeah, you're getting like goosey.
wigging out.
You're getting goosey bumps all over your body.
It's like stretching out.
Something here does not feel right to you.
Can I feel it in my fingertips?
You feel it in your fingertip, and you feel it around your wrist, your left arm. It almost like aches. And like you get like a tugging sensation.
Oh, this is good.
Bloody Mary. You know the trick where people like raise their arms?
Alright,
Let's start making my way up the stairs.
He's one of your light sources, so do you guys follow him?
Yes.
The stairs are old.
Do you need a torch? I have torches as well.
Do we have any pics of her? Pings of her.
Yes, she's
Do
at
you
the top of
have
the
any pics of her?
building.
Pics, yeah,
How is your face?
Use a hot
She's at the top of the building. I wanted to investigate the weird teeth webs before we go up.
These stairs are old. they crumble apart as you walk in some of them. Some of them are like missing whole pieces. You have to like actually climb, and a lot of them, like you have to like step over some of these like black corals that are just like growing across like a plague across all this structure. While you're ascending some of the stairs, you pass by a large chunk of like mirror-like crystal. Do you stop and look at it?
I would.
You see your reflection. Your reflection smiles at you. All of wisdom save.
By the way, give me some picture of her looking like this.
Is it Crazy Frog penis?
Of course it is.
It's Crazy Frog with a penis with a hat and gloves.
That's gonna be a 20.
Crazy Frog penis?
No, well,
20.
I thought the only I'm not gonna look that up. I look at Crazy Frog feet in the first picture.
Oh, you're smiling. Not
Carter's ecstatic to
yeah.
be here.
This is a cool place. This is like your shit, brother.
I am so happy to be
Hey
here.
man, did you see this crazy ass crystal?
I would love to be here on different terms.
It's like, man, if only it wasn't life-threatening to journey here.
If it wasn't like that,
any insight is to not look at these. Well, he would. Okay, so he would not be looking at them.
You're like, I don't know what that is. Just like give him a bad vibe.
Okay. I didn't know if Zeke would have known all this.
It's not like a specific knowledge, but you just know something about your religion, and you know that this is like not good.
Not good.
like, you watch Carter look in the mirror, you watch his reflection smile, and then you watch Carter smile. It's like, cool.
You are trope savvy. You're like, don't look at it as very
I think I'm in a parable right now.
yeah.
I think Thelonious is about to write a parable.
You're just like, I know.
Thelonious is like, write that down.
Like, that no whack-ass crystal can be good. Like, I ain't looking at no whack.
I like to think he watched the smile.
Yeah. Can I go and smack Carter?
That's why I had to look at it.
Oh. Okay.
Oh, wait, okay.
Yeah.
Never mind. If I don't see him, then I'm not going to do anything about it.
So, does anyone else look at La Crystal?
I want to, but I don't.
You're not Kenji.
Leave it alone.
Kenji would look.
I imagine Robin is wholly uninterested in supernatural
Yeah.
aspects. She's like, I got a mirror at home.
Look into your face. Do it.
So,
No, I'm good.
You recognize the teeth, right? You gotta know. You gotta know it.
No, I'd rather not.
Come on.
I'd rather just
Know what you're fighting.
So you just like keep
Knowledge is power.
I'm ignoring. I'm.
So you
in my
wanna
mind,
lie?
I'm thinking about those witches and how they wanted to eat me at first.
They didn't want to eat you. They want to eat them.
No, but they wanted to eat people, which makes me uncomfortable, and
They're not seafood people.
That's such an envy thing to get sick of. Like, I know that we're almost here to save Nimbus guys, but that is so morally corrupt. Like, how could you just eat a person like that?
Well, they're not seafood people, so they're not interested in tadpoles.
You think there's seafood up here?
Oh,
In the frigid.
she's seafood.
she's the seafood.
you ever eat crab eggs?
Alright, we
I
keep
am
going.
struggling.
I'm climbing. I'm taking very much caution with each step. Also, on several occasions, I would like mend the step right
No, they're freshwater type critters.
Carter walks up.
I didn't know there were-
Dehydrated.
I'm a hydrated boy. Most froggies breathe through the skin. So.
I was not sure.
No. You finish ascending the staircase, and you kind of reach the ascent of the base structure of this temple, where a large gap in the ceiling shines very faint moonlight through. A lot of this ceiling area is kind of like webbed over, so you get like light through leaves kind of light, where it's like mostly just like pinholes of light kind of cascading onto this area. It's so odd. The webbing at this point has almost adopted like a foliage structure. It almost looks like you're in an orbit. Like there's like blades of grass, there's like flowers. So weird.
You good over there, Robert?
Oh, I'm fine. Yeah, I just I'm a dumbass.
You're a smart character. You might be able to act on it.
No, I'm a dumbass for something earlier. I have a feature that totally could have saved your wisdom save.
I passed it.
Oh, you passed it.
Yeah, 28.
I got 28.
I thought when you thought of that, that was you failing it.
No.
No.
That was
I completely ignored it. Okay.
Okay.
I ignored it. All I know is that you had an unnatural reaction. Unnatural reaction.
Carter was just himself, so.
Yeah. So I assumed you failed it.
No, you're good.
The ping is close by.
Okay. Can I tell where? Is it above me?
No, investigation.
14?
It's quite easy because look at I'll tell you where it is.
Yes. That's why I was curious how you're going to make me roll.
It just wasn't immediately apparent because you find the bowl on the ground, hidden behind some foliage.
God damn it.
It's like cast on its side and there's some water that's spilled out.
We knew this was like the witch like scrying bowl, right? Something akin to that.
Yeah, I think Oz told you that she was scrying with a bowl.
Yeah. I need to be able to. I need to know the direction to be able to mentally call out. So I couldn't just randomly do it.
And it also 230 feet, right?
Yeah.
So cold.
I'm not getting anything from like.
Is it just an empty room?
It's the garden.
Yeah. Well, I'm asking not in a metagame sense. I'm asking as I was seeing this for the first time.
But you're not asking in that game sense?
Yeah, I'm asking like from Zeke's perspective.
It looks like a patch of garden that someone dipped in ink.
And there's no other way forward?
You are at the ascent of the temple.
Oh.
Like, there's a staircase that you came up, and then there's the staircase back down.
Okay.
It's the same staircase.
I'm going to cast Detect Magic on the garden.
Detect magic. Okay, are we spending... Oh, I will.
I'm sorry.
Good
Hey, I am using like all of my shit. It's almost like I built this character to kind of do this type of
You know what?
shit.
Eldritch Sight is my favorite invocation that
It is.
all the Eldritch Blast.
I'm still going to have you roll perception, because this place reeks of magic. It's hard. You're like...
Still a headache.
Yeah.
Investigation.
Perception.
Perception. That's going to be an 18.
It takes a while for you to sort it out, but there is something small of divination school somewhere in this garden.
Remind me what divination is.
That's trying. It's granting knowledge.
It's not the bowl.
Esoteric knowledge.
I'm going to walk towards that point.
It seems to be beneath some layers of foliage.
I'm going to use Mage Hand to kind of like start to brush some of the foliage aside.
The foliage is like all inky, right? And like black.
Yeah.
Is it black because it looks like it's made of ink, or like it was doused in ink?
It just looks like someone had sculpted a garden out of black material.
Okay. I'm going to use Mage Hand, so I'm not physically making contact with the skin.
You pluck something out of the garden, and it's a single white petal.
But I do, bitch! Identify.
Does anyone else want to do anything?
Oh my god, thank you, Robert! It's one of the spells I don't have. I tried to build this character very meticulously, and I don't think druids can yet identify.
You cannot, unfortunately.
This is a petal from a flower that is, I forgot what it was called when I gave it to Nimbus, but it's like a white lily, and it possesses the ability to scry on someone that is of importance to you. It could do other things as well, if you desired it to. But whoever, I'm going to say coded, because it's a druidic magic, and they deal with flowers and plants. This plant has been coded to do that. It could be coded to do something else if you wanted it to. It can scry other things.
Could I...
On wholesale, it is something that shows truth.
Can I tell if this was used and abandoned, or if it was something that was dropped?
Identify would not tell you that.
Could I, being a druid and having researched flowers, try to make that distinction?
Well,
I'm not quite the witch that Nimbus is.
Either of you could roll insight, because this is not like, if you're trying to find out if this was left behind, that's like an insight thing. That's not because of...
You can go ahead and roll that insight, and I'll can I give him advantage of this, since we're both thinking about it?
Sure.
14 plus 9, 23.
It strikes you as abandoned, because, it came from a whole flower.
Yeah.
I didn't know if each petal was used, and this was a used petal or whatever.
It looks like this was left behind somehow.
You're a druid. Do you think you can make use of it and try and, or actually, this person's important to you, right?
Mm-hmm.
You want to try using the bowl and using the pedal? I can try to walk you through how to do it.
I don't see why not.
Might as well give it a shot.
See if we can scry for it. Look for it. I'm gonna go pick up the bowl.
Bowl.
Someone fills it with water, I assume.
I got water skin.
Water. Yeah, someone's got water.
How do I do this?
How do I do this, Lord?
Carter's gonna give you words to say that are like fancy druidic words.
Flowers and shit.
Flowers and shit. Find me my bitch.
So, are you holding this bowl so they can all see it?
Yeah.
This bowl blossom?
Bowl blossom. I get it, because it's blossom like a flower. Well done.
I'm gonna stab both of you.
Try me.
So, you fill it with water.
You interrupt shooting him.
As a druid, I guess, you would know that the water, and an introvert.
Water
and a scholar.
And most importantly, a gentleman.
You know that for scrying spells, the water has to be charged with moonlight. So you hold it up to one of the pinholes, it begins to glow faintly, you have Emmy drop the pedal in, and you, in your own little heart, designate Nimbus as your target. You're shown very briefly an image of her walking through like a dark space. This dark space is speckled with points of light, almost like the night sky. And very faintly you can see the suggestion of structure around her, like someone drew it on a blackboard with very, transparent chalk. You're shown that briefly, because soon after, your bowl clouds over, and this time you all see a dark mouth with silver teeth close over the image and a poof of black smoke shoot out.
I shoot the bowl.
Robin shoots the bowl.
I think it was clay. It was like
It
Flashes everywhere. Image is gone.
Why did you do that?
you can't approach this shit anyway.
Wait, is the bowl not destroyed?
No, it did. It
You
actually.
should not hold through.
It shattered.
Oh, I thought when you said it exploded, I thought you meant the bowl.
Well, yeah, like the water explodes out.
Oh, I thought when you said she shot it, the bowl also exploded.
Well, yeah, I said the bowl explodes, because I'm not going to say the bowl, the water containing the bowl specifically explodes.
Okay. I thought the physical object was entirely
No,
lost.
it did not. The bowl just has a hole in it, which you could easily,
Yes.
plug with
Okay.
your
I misunderstood. Sorry.
I meant the hole on the bowl. I fixed it.
I mean, you can't. Mending is like duct tape. If there's nothing to connect, there's nothing to close.
Well, you can duct tape.
I'll just pull out my roll of duct tape.
Pull your roll of duct tape that.
It's like an
The hole.
adhesive. You have to connect two things together, like a broken
Okay, just
chain.
fill it with enough adhesive glue.
There's no donut hole. That's still like on the side of the temple, dude.
Okay.
Back in there.
Okay.
Whatever fate spinner is trying to stop us from finding Nimbus.
Can I
is
just
a
look around
powerful
for
one.
creases everywhere around?
Yeah, well, let's get.
I thought them long dead, but it seems this particular person definitely wants to away from them.
Do you fear the foliage, Robin? Or do you, easily, just, cut through it or, shove it aside?
I just moved around.
At this point, could I connect, since we saw the feature, could I connect the piece?
1 second. I'll give you a second.
Yeah.
So you kind of begin to examine the top of this structure. You push it aside some of the foliage, and you find a dip in the center. There's a single stair, and then smooth over a very dark square of material with speckled night sky, stars kind of in it. So in the center of this large pedestal that you're on, essentially, there's a step down, and then there's this weird material covering the center. Yes, you could connect.
Does it appear solid?
It sounds hollow.
I shoot it.
Just smoke.
My bullet's gone though?
I mean, I assume it busts on impact,
Okay.
like I normally do. or it ricochets somewhere.
I walk over.
Like you think like a smoking spot where you shout.
At this point, after the bull explodes, you guys see like Zeke like very actually acting nervous, like extremely nervous.
You okay?
I had thought the Fate Spinner was in a remote location stopping us, but I think we are in the Fate Spinner.
Yes, I'm pretty sure that's what the cobwebs mean.
No, you don't understand. We are in its maw. If the longer we are here, the more it can destroy our fate.
Is he yammering about his cult again?
It's not a cult, but this means it can annihilate us. It can remove our very existence.
The parable of the man whose hubris led to his fate being eaten is very fresh on your mind.
We need to find your friend and get all of us out of here as soon as possible. Not because of the moon, but because of this.
I'm going to step down and put my hand on the hollow box.
It's on the floor.
Or the floor.
Yeah. It's cold to the touch.
Yeah. Normally Zeke has like a ever not so care tone. Like even when he's trying to be serious, like he knows that things will work out alright. This is like the only time I've ever heard him panic. Because for the first time, this is not in Fate's hands.
If you want to leave, you're welcome to. Well, I'm sure.
Can't handle the heat, get out of the kitchen.
Your life is important. I'm not asking you to throw that away. I'm going to put my second hand on the box, and I'm going to call out to Nimbus. Just shout her name.
Your voice echoes off the walls of the cavern. A few more times and you feel like you would.
I'm going to shout again.
The same thing happens.
What else is out here?
What else is out here? The guy goes out of the cavern.
Well, you show yourself. You're obviously watching.
Treating looks like there's some kind of Ouija board over here.
I don't know.
Yeah, I hate those little Ouija boards.
You would thought was hollow.
That's what he's groping right now.
Yeah, he's like,
that's him. Carter is very calmly just like, hoping this is a week.
I have an idea. If we took something fate connected, like say a tooth or a person that was connected to fate directly, would that be able to have a chance of overcoming?
Roll religion, because you're on the right track, but
25.
So
that's right.
You know that there's a very strange connection between fate and time. It's likened to that of order and chaos, where one is, the other is absent. So if you want to break through a barrier, fate, you must find an object of time, an object of order, to create order among chaos.
Do you say this out loud?
Yes, I'm saying maybe a tooth could work. No,
Carter takes off his watch and sets his watch on the bottom.
Something with
magical.
Worth a shot.
Your
fate. So, something with time.
Something of an endurance power.
I'll take the bull, the scrying bull.
Yes.
And I'll put this out against it. It should at least nullify its power for a bunch of moments. Then we need to get out of here.
It's a bull.
The bull.
It's out of water. Remember, she shot it.
I like frantically moving, trying to get water back into it.
You charge it with moonlight again. And you put it down. You feel like it's not enough.
Did we put another pedal in it?
Yeah, you take the pedal, which you managed to catch before it flew away, and you drop it in.
No, he's fate. He's not time. She's fate.
No, we need the string.
No, because the string is fate.
You feel like...
Oh, I thought the string was time and you were fate.
Well, there are things about her condition which will be revealed in time. Okay. Oh, not in time. You know what I'm saying. Now, if only you could code this flower, code the pedal to do what you wanted. One of you must roll an Arcana check.
You're already on that.
You want to
guide you? I'll guide you.
What?
I might be frustrated if I plants looking around.
I mean, I guess I could also do it, but I'm sure yours is higher.
Roll this thing. It's so good.
11.
You find underneath a pile of foliage, there's like a blood spatter. Red. It is not dry.
Over here.
16?
We'll cover that.
What's up?
There's blood. Fresh.
Okay. Was it nearby where we found the bowl?
Yes.
Okay. 16, does that give us anything?
You're not interested. You take a torch, you affix the bowl to the top, you place the pedal after you have successfully put the proper incantations and spells into it, and you essentially MacGyver a moonlight torch.
Okay. This with the water is hopefully enough.
You activate.
You're just MacGyver and shit
Yeah.
together.
The water begins to
I love the tone difference between Robin and Carter.
It's almost like the cauldron from earlier. The water begins to thickly boil and evaporate into big globs of energy that slowly fade away.
I shoot a glob.
Yeah, it's almost like you had turned it upside down and water's flowing out of it in thick clusters, but only upwards. And as it does, it sheds a very, very small amount of thin light, like milky pale light out. And wherever you shine it, that thick, dark material disappears, revealing a staircase.
Space flashlight, let's fucking go.
There's like a flashlight that burns through the wall and it shines through.
You know what this is, because you put the incantation. This is a torch that reveals the truth.
Truth torch.
Alright.
You ready?
Now does it just get rid of the black?
The spell won't remain. So the garden fades away, and the dark barrier that was covering what you now know the staircase.
As long as we keep this closed.
No, I did not get rid of you. That's what you're asking. Oh, I'm fake.
I don't feel so good.
It's watching me. It's like that Joe Biden.
That's the girl's face.
And you ain't black.
You ain't black, you're poor.
There you go.
No, because you're white or you're
At
black.
this motion, Carter loosens his tie and will undo the top button. I'm ready to
The
go.
blood trail continued.
Off we go into the nothingness.
Emmy sees Carter undo the top
Holy
button.
shit.
It's time to
It's
do.
getting real.
Shit's real. The tie's still on, so we're not fully over the deep end.
myself into a pickle.
Come on, Morty. Morty. Turn myself a little pickle. Turn myself a little fucking pig.
Nothing can poach you up.
That sounded like Terraria music.
Can we get the Katamari Damacy music in?
The tie's
The little Big Planet music.
Shit's getting real.
Why is this not playing? Why is it a bit louder? It's not even speakers. I need to get the Rogans. The Joe Rogans.
Also, I love how Zeke is the more he's learning, the more panicked he gets. Where Carter, the more he learns, the more excited he is.
Sacrilegious.
Yeah. This is basically Zeke will basically not fear anything except for this. Zeke is very aware the mood is falling at this point. He does not care about that. This scares him.
This is unnatural.
This is something new. Carter is having a heyday. He doesn't care if this is about to kill him. He is excited. It's his core flaw. There's not fear where there's something to be learned. And there's no fear when there's something to be learned.
As you continue downwards, you reach what looks like... sorry. Let me restart that. You walk down forever. You weren't really keeping track of the elevation, but...
We're way past it.
you're definitely past the point where the staircase on the outside began. And then you hit water. You keep going?
I designed the torch so it wouldn't go out in the water.
You got water breathing up.
We've got water breathing up.
We got to take out water walking real quick though, so we don't walk into the wall. Yeah, we should be fine.
Lead the way. Is my regular light put out by being in here?
No, not necessarily. But this darkness is thick. It is like tangible. Actually, like you could reach out and pull some of the darkness out into your hand. Your normal light will shed like about 10 feet of dim light, and that's it.
I don't need it. Because I
have
dark vision.
Pull you up to the front and have you lead the way with him.
As you descend further into the darkness, the outlines of the structure begin to like make themselves apparent to you. It's like imagine if you will
a world,
a completely dark sky speckled with stars, and it's like you took a piece of chalk and drew a structure there. Like that's the kind of room that you're in. Like that's the kind of staircase that you're descending. You only see the outline of things, and it's very like a very dim white glow. The rest of it's just speckled night sky. It feels like you're in space. Your movements are also a little bit more sluggish because of the water, which aids to the feeling. Where your light is cast, at first it was revealing stonework. Now it just like shows darkness. Like it gets rid of the speckled pattern.
Does there appear to be any pattern with the speckles, or is it just scattered?
It's just like it's like night sky. It is not matching the night sky, so there are no constellations to be seen or anything.
With enough time, I could make constellations out of the pattern.
Anybody can draw pictures of gods. That's not.
That is a thought that would cross Carter's mind, though. I could make new constellations.
You descend downstairs and you reach what you immediately feel like is the dead end. It's just like a room, and you see more of like the chalk outline, sort of designating where the wall is.
Any pings?
I was pinging her bowl. Can I ping a person?
Do you know her?
Not personally.
Do we know? Can you ping the rest of the flower?
There you go.
There we go.
You figured out the puzzle.
Okay. Yeah.
Boy.
Thank you. I was working my way there. Hopefully.
I'm sure.
I'll ping the puzzle.
The puzzle.
Beneath you. Not like directly, but just beneath you. Further down. It is moving.
And the light's not doing anything.
Well, if we haven't pointed the light to the floor, he's pointing the white light in front of us.
Oh, point down.
Fall.
Do you want to fall? Does that strike you as a good idea?
Well, point down and see if there's more stairs.
Well, if I point down, it's gonna get rid of the
infinite falling glitch.
Infinite fall. It's gonna fall into
It strikes you like as a very real possibility that if you shine the light at the floor you're standing on, it would disappear.
Is she directly beneath us, Sid?
Not directly, she's just like beneath you generally.
You can get any farther.
She's moving down.
In that case, I'm going to point at like an angle, so like it's like the floor in front of me. So like
her light just goes through. Like it shuts out 10 feet of bright, 10 feet of dim. For that 20 feet, like it's like a flashlight. There's nothing in its way. Like you think that if you walk through that,
I'm gonna try and walk.
You want me to go? I'll go.
I'll walk. I got it.
We'll go? Okay.
I'm following behind.
Let's do it.
So you're going to like tumble down.
Yeah.
Is the idea?
If I fall, I have something prepared for it.
Is the torch coming with you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait. Does it keep going? The light?
Do you go down like the tunnel is carving? While he's staying stationary. Then when you hit the end of where the light is cast, you find you feel another wall.
Feel another wall. Okay.
Oh, I thought I was moving with them.
So,
well, if you're moving with him,
yeah,
I need to know that.
Yeah,
I was the one who took the lead.
It might. Well, so it's worth testing because it might lock us behind. So we might be frozen in stone.
I need to know how steep of an angle this is, too.
I'll give you a direct reference. It is literally, I'm going like this.
Okay.
Like that, like if
What I'm trying to suggest to you is that if you point it down and you go and you fall with it, you will fall forever.
I'm basically falling to try and get to exactly where Nimbus is. I'm going to point it exactly where he points.
Towards the ping.
So basically, he'll give me a point, I'm pointing in that exact direction. And
But can
if I start falling, I can just lift the torch up. And I'll stop falling. I'll just hit ground and die.
But can multiple of us go? Is the thing. Because okay, so I'm coming back out, move the light. Is the carved portion stay there? Or does it re-solidify?
It re-solidifies.
It re-solidifies. So we would have to have you walk at the very back, holding the torch behind you.
I have to walk in the middle.
Well, because it's a cone, like forward, so you would have to walk at the back with the torch behind you facing us. You would have to walk backwards to keep yourself in all of the light and keep all of us in all.
Is it a cone or a radius? It's a cone.
So you would have to walk like this to keep all of us in the light, keep yourself in the light, because anything that is no longer illuminated is going to solidify.
I have an idea. I'm going to have Fang. I'm going to give the bowl to Fang, and he's going to take his velociraptor tail and wrap it in a fashion that would hold the bowl, like as like a back light or whatever, with a spotlight. And he's going to angle it straight forward, then ever so slightly down, so it would create like a slide almost to where he's pointing.
So you begin to tunnel.
Yes.
And it is solidifying behind us.
Yes.
So all 5 of us have to walk in front of Fang.
Yes.
And hope that it doesn't close in on his back legs, basically.
I mean, his tail is fucking long. It's a long strap.
Okay.
He can hold it pretty far behind.
So you're tunneling down, essentially.
I'm going to try.
Okay. I'm thinking about how to describe this. So, locate object reveals your position relative.
Yeah, it's like 1,000 feet or like 500 feet exactly that direction.
So, this is a very difficult thing to describe. As you are tunneling downward and you're visualizing your locate object spell, it's almost like her location, or the flower's location rather, orbits in a circle. It gets farther away, then it gets closer, and then it's almost back to the original position you found it in. Do you keep going?
I think I'll call this torch Nimbus.
Do you keep tunneling?
Yeah.
What the fuck are you saying?
Do you want to try to get to the center of it? Can I make out where the center of this circular pattern would be?
No.
Because
Can I just shoot ahead of us? Does it hit a wall?
Yeah, you get the same. It hits a wall and there's a smoking spot from where your blood is.
To give you an explanation, if you fate will naturally bring together two things that are named the same.
That's bullshit. Name something appropriate like Luna. It's literally fucking moonlight.
I'll call it Nimbus.
I like the name.
Because it's the way I sounded, it makes it sound clean. It is not.
Right.
It's very hard to discern, and it's not really following a pattern. Do you keep tunneling?
I'm going in the direction you're pointing me, because that's the only reference I have.
The problem is that direction is changing.
Yeah.
Okay.
It seems to be making frequent stops back where we found the pedal topside, though. Yes?
No, back to the location you saw her when you were in this ruin on the map.
Yeah, it's basically so we're here, and basically when we tunnel, we end up here or here or here or here, but we're never ending up where she is. Her location, or you can think that her location is changing relative to ours.
Right.
But we're never ever.
Well, it's hard to say who it is because it's all relevant.
Yeah.
So it could be her, could you, could be both of you.
Should we maybe head back to?
Do you keep going in?
I think we keep going, at least for a while.
So you keep tunneling down, and then suddenly your light stops carving directly through this material, and you see something a floor that's dimly lit by the spectral pattern. Do you go through it?
What do you mean a floor? Like, it's
like you can tell the dim outline of the structure by the speckled star pattern and by like the suggestion of like the chalk outline, and you see that again. Like there's very little structure to the tunnel that you're digging, but you can tell like by how like the pattern aligns where certain stuff starts and ends. So you can basically make out that you are about to enter a room from the ceiling.
Has this been a room have we felt like we've been in this room before or a similar time?
This shit always the same. We walk into the room. I think we go into it.
You go down into the room?
Yeah, well, here's my theory.
We can.
Here's my theory. I think
we tunnel around.
I think we're Pac-Manning right now. I think we're going. I think we're going to the edge of the world and pop out the other end.
We're
No, so you go through the hole.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you enter the room.
Okay. Here's an experiment. Oh, fuck! I don't want to endanger you guys, but I also don't want to leave you behind. I want to point it straight down.
Do you fall?
Well, has there ever been a point where we're directly above her? We're actually.
I don't think so.
Wait a second. Directions aren't taking us there. We're going the exact right direction, right?
Yeah. We've always walked directly to her.
If our only option, or if our only method is getting directly to her and it's failing,
go the opposite direction.
We're not. It's not like we're going exactly the opposite direction. I don't think we've tried anything like that would relatively work.
Is it still moving?
Are you like in the room again?
Yeah, so just standing in the room. We're stationary.
It's still like descending, but it's not in like the weird orbit pattern anymore.
What if we put our face in space? And like, can you like start to grab the bowl and like start to?
You mean
Zeke?
Yeah, exactly.
Don't do anything yet. Walk me through what your idea is.
What if we just pointed it down?
And just let it fall?
Yeah, we trusted fate to take us where we need to be.
I'm more inclined to ask you to hold it, and I will jump in.
nothing logically is working here. If you hold it, you're only going to make it a little bit of distance because it only goes so far.
Right, but if
we all fall together, because if you hold it and you jump in, then someone has to be left behind.
No, I would hold it and Mary Poppins my way down.
Yeah, well, if you do that, we all have to come. Otherwise, you leave us behind, and we're stuck in the snow, like you said.
You wouldn't be locked in the stone. You'd be left in this room.
Presumably. I think we go to the group.
Okay. Because we could always just have one thing just turn and make us stop falling. So this is giving me a headache thinking about it. So we've had direction, like gravitational, like gyroscope type direction while walking.
Well, it's like how in space there's no direction.
Your academic mind is grasping that this is not like a normative space.
Yeah.
So
like this is a physical, real space, but your standard grasping on physics probably does not apply here.
So when we've been tunneling diagonally, has it felt like I was walking straight forward?
It felt like gravity was at the same reference point the whole time.
So what
down never changed for you.
So what down never changed. So that was always stationary. So when we were at an angle, it felt like we were walking diagonally down.
It felt right, but it's clearly not right because we're in the same place.
So if we tunnel straight down, what logic is it that we would fall, or we would not just walk down?
We would fall and let fate decide where we are.
But if down is constantly changing, would we keep falling down, or would we step down and our new direction of down would continue to change?
We would fall until we stop. I don't know how else to put it to you.
I just don't think we would fall.
I'd just start porting it alone, start just walking around in a circle, just like the she seems to be.
That's what we're doing.
We don't get anything from these walls.
You're walking down.
Yeah, you pointed it at me.
Yeah, we did.
Change your axis.
We started with that.
We started with the walls, and then we pinged the flower, and then we went down.
No, you said you pinged the flower, and then you start tunneling down.
We started with the walls.
I did not hear that.
What's the front wall?
You pointed at the walls, and another room appears.
Okay, we're going.
I did not hear that you guys investigating the walls. I never heard that.
We started with the walls.
That's what we started with, and then
it's okay.
I never heard that.
It's all good.
That's okay.
Which wall you pointed at? Forward.
Forward? Okay.
I never heard that.
I'm like, okay, game like really giving us a puzzle here. I'm like, so okay, clearly nothing we're trying is working. We tried pointing forward, we tried pointing as it slopes. We have to just try pointing.
I thought this was
right?
going to be one of those things, so we have to leave the room, go back up the stairs, and then we'll be in a new location.
I never fucking.
I got it.
It's okay.
I always thought it was like a leap of faith. We gotta just go down.
It's so good. I love it.
Gabe was ready for us to just start.
Falling.
I was about to throw more hints at you that you needed to think horizontally and not vertically. But
see, we were under the impression when we came down here and you drew up these walls, we thought we glanced at them and they just stayed.
no, I never heard that.
Well,
I
yeah.
needed to hear specifically. I shine the light at the walls.
Okay.
I don't know if I heard that. Maybe I did. Maybe I didn't.
We're over it. Moving on. Front wall.
The front wall portrays
Your mom.
what appears to be another empty room.
I shoot it.
Or the side walls.
So you shine it at all the walls first.
I would like to.
An ancient stone door is revealed to be here. And as you shine, I just assume that you are always going to cursory glance the whole room.
This is just like the Sims World Adventures, the Phantom Pack.
There is a crank here.
No fucking what?
Grab that bitch.
Sims 3.
Okay.
Well,
Crank that soldier boy.
which way are you pointing the light at? The door or the crank?
I'll point up the crank first.
Okay. You turn the crank.
Yes.
You turn the crank. Nothing appears to happen.
Okay.
Now shine at the door.
Well,
Where's Nimbus?
yeah, I'll try at the door.
The door is closed.
Yeah, we'll try and turn the crank.
Can I? There's
no crank?
Okay.
Okay, here's how we do this. Things get angled until where the light is being held back here. Yeah, so the light shines on both.
There is revealed to be a wall here. When you attempt to do that.
Okay, if we crank now, does the wall seem to have any effect or anything? I'm just checking. Does the crank still appear to do nothing?
It appears to you that there is no one way to encompass all of these objects in the same light source.
So we need to.
I don't know about that.
Can you stand here?
Yeah, I was gonna say we could just stand
Ancient
there
Moon
and
Wizard, use your moon magic.
kill him that.
I mean,
You feel like, Emma, you said, can we have two? You feel like you need to find another pattern.
which we're working on. Am I getting pings? Is it still just beneath us?
You're pinging the flower as a whole, or are you pinging? What are you pinging?
The same flower I was.
Like, okay, it's still beneath you, yeah.
Still beneath me. Alright. Should I cast a moonbeam on?
Sorry, when you said in this room that you casted it forward, did you mean just this wall, or did you mean all the walls?
I wanted to hit all walls.
Okay, there are other rooms here. Sorry. I've explained this poorly.
No, you're doing good.
It appears to you that there is no way to catch all these objects with one light.
If I try to walk forward out the light, do I just hit this wall?
Without the light?
Yeah.
It only exists when you're shining the light on it.
Okay.
I think casting moonbeam on the crank would qualify enough illumination.
I don't think it's about illumination. I think it's about I guess moonbeam does reveal truth. We could try. The light of the moon is where the truth torch comes from, or Nimbus comes from.
Do you cast a moonbeam?
Fuck it, we ball.
Your moonbeam illuminates a crank in the room.
And I shine my light on the door. Shinji, crank that soldier boy.
I crank the wheel.
Do you enter the moonbeam?
Can I cover half of it with moonbeam?
Well, then I'll have like half a crank.
Just half the crank not show?
You gotta show the whole crank, buddy.
Okay.
We're the tastiest one of all of us.
Reveal your Shinji.
Crank that soldier boy.
Reveal your liar, go all of us.
You can do it.
Isn't actually any. You're not scared, are you? Come on, crank it.
How much damage is that?
It's not much. Can't be taking millions.
For every 10 you hit by
I'm
move,
just gonna
with each
heal.
trigger,
It'll take you about
heal
12
energy from
seconds
Moonbeam.
to fully crank open the door.
So is that 2 rounds of damage? Yeah.
Yep.
That's not bad. You're fine. That's like
I got it.
2d10.
Well,
that's like 21 damage.
it's 40-10, right? Because it's 2 rounds.
2 rounds. So. Oh, you got it?
It's gonna be 30.
There goes a third of my health.
The door is open. I assume you maintain light on the door.
No!
Alright, I'm gonna drag Moonbeam behind us.
Wait, you get the crank to the shut. How do we all get through it? And then we move it.
Okay.
Do you maintain moving on the crank?
Yes.
So yeah, there you go.
Okay, now we shall keep shining the light on the door, and then now move the Moonbeam into the room next room with us.
This is some whack-ass shit, and I love it.
Do you just like barge into this room?
Yeah.
Okay.
And me. You get the distinct feeling that you're not alone in here.
Well, yeah, there are three of us. Three of us that are
No,
all there.
the party isn't alone in here.
Yeah, we're never alone. We always have fate by our side.
Carter supports you. He doesn't agree, but he supports
Alright.
you.
I need to know what you're shining the light at in this room.
First, the front door.
There is revealed to be a door there.
And
You
then,
may investigate if you desire.
well, before I investigate it, I want to do a conal rotation starting from here. Just scan the
Just
entire...
scanning the whole wall?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean,
I also have Moonbeam, so he scans the door. I'm going to throw Moonbeam over the door to keep that visible, and then he's going to start scanning the wall.
Your light reveals 2 mouths in this room.
Shoot him.
Do you?
do it.
Yeah, shoot him now.
We restricted your violence too much.
Of braided black flesh shoots off of it, and you hear, you don't hear, rather, like the room here begins to shake.
Keep shooting it.
Something rolls out of its mouth.
Nimbus. Did I get Moonbeam on the door first? Because I wanted to put that there before he started scanning.
Actually, this is a good stopping point.
Yeah, I was
We're
gonna
gonna
say 10
now.
o'clock. To be up
Please
early.
don't have that. I gotta be up at 6.
Same.
Coward.
I think it's 7 too.
Six is not, it's 7.
I gotta be somewhere by 7.
I got somewhere to be, bro.
7 is still early.
For real.
I gotta get up at 6. I got PT from 7 to 9.
Oh yeah, Ren, I'm moving at the end of the month, so I'll have to usually drag her when that time comes.
SMH. Wait, where are you moving to? I thought you were sleeping with the same people.
No. Because the roommate decided that he hates the two of us that are left.
Not cool.
Not cool. Yeah, you know where you're going yet?
Yeah. I'd be bad if I didn't know where I was going in the month.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
While leaving.
Good fucking session. Also, my head hurts a little bit.
Yeah, but you know Stadium Walk? It's like right by you.
The basic, you could call it a gimmick of this dungeon, is that things will be there when you shine a light on them, and things will not be there when you don't.
And Rob's gonna be fucking tired of it already.
You'll get plenty of opportunities to blast away magic casters, I promise. I'm trying to create as many as I can.
Please tell me at least you have Base Slayer, the feat.
Please don't kill me. I've been trying my best to keep you alive and well.
How else have you been doing that?
Very. You're still alive, aren't you? I think you're the only one who hasn't been hurt, really.
I got thrown off a boat twice.
That's not my fault.
Yeah, it is.
Also, I saved you both times. One of the times.
You de-wet me.
I de-wet you both times, and I saved you the second time.
Get de-wetted.
Get de-wetted.
Is Crazy Frog Eddie's ideal man?
No.
Oh my god.
Also, I feel like I am making very good use of my spells, and it makes me very happy. I feel like most of the times I play spellcasters, all of my spells just get fucking wasted, and like, I cast something that was just like, this is perfect, and then nothing.
I forgot how much I missed spellcasting, just being able to solve a problem with an action.
Right?
Oh, I miss it so much, especially in games campaigns where it's like puzzle based, like allows that freedom.
25 in this situation would only serve at holding the flashlight.
Yeah.
Like, that's all he would be able to contribute.
Well, see, now I'm feeling that though, because I'm just like, well, I shoot it.
Yeah.
I feel so bad because I want you to be more useful, but I'm trying to create opportunities where you can be, and it's just...
The dungeon ain't one of them.
difficult, because all you do is shoot people. Don't worry, you will get your chance to obliterate things with your guns.
I shoot.
No!
You were going to pay...
You're not getting paid if you kill me first.
So the whole
I still
gimmick...
get paid if I kill you. I take your money.
The whole gimmick with the Shrike is that you have to do called shots to hit it outside of its armor, and all your trick shots are called shots. So you would have basically been doing 3 damage all the time.
Oh man.
Which I know, I probably should not tell you that, because then it's like, oh, you could be good. Now you're not. But there will be more opportunities to break concentration.
There will be a strike. Don't worry. I'm sure Mr. Fairyman will find a way to bring a strike to us.
Let me just say that the gimmick of needing the torch for things will continue into combat. Like you will need, you don't need the torch.
Well,
to finish combat,
luckily,
but it will be greatly effective.
hey, you know what? Luckily, no player is holding it. It's a dog.
Holding the torch. Movement was already active.
Surely nothing could take an object from a dog, right? It's never been known to happen in history.
Shoot the dog.
Also, I'm sorry about, the no combat. I cannot believe it. I am so happy that worked. I felt like I used every...
I was waiting for a roll lower than 20. It never said fighting.
No fucking fighting.
I felt
No fighting.
I have been trying to make complete use of my spell list, and I feel like I've been doing well, so it makes me happy when things actually pay off.
Do you want to be like do you want to be early or late in getting rescued? Do you feel?
25?
Yeah.
Preferably towards the end.
Oh yeah, I'm going to be out of town Sunday and Monday, so if we have D&D Saturday or Sunday a week.
Saturday would work a lot better for me because my family wants to do things on Sunday.
Oh my god.
Like moving forward or next Sunday?
This next Sunday.
Yeah.
I'll be out of town in 2 weeks though.
I'll also be out of town, I think, the same time though.
So Saturday, we're going to try and plan for Saturday or possibly Friday night.
Friday night's a no-go.
Yeah,
but you could do
Saturday
Saturday.
should be good.
Saturday. We can do morning, afternoon, evening.
Have to be evening.
Yeah.
6.
It'll have to. I have to just be after like 2 o'clock because I have work.
That's okay.
I work till 6.
Are you good? Are you good at Saturday evening? Do you need to prep for your trip at all?
We can do it eventually with my parents.
Could we aim for like 6:30?
Would it work? As long as you're not too tired.
Yeah, so just give me enough time to be home.
Yeah, we don't usually start.
Corey, you want to trip past 10 or is that too far past your bedtime?
He can do it if he's not drunk.
Saturday.
I don't work on Sundays, so.
Okay,
Yeah,
let's go roll it.
Roll check, thanks for playing, the whole deal.
Good
Already.
night.
Good night.
By the way,